9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Buenas tardes, peeps. What's going on? Everybody in chat. What's going on, Ladybug?
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bueno,
Muy
señorita.
bien, muy bien.
Muy
That's your
bueno.
response.
I get
Yeah.
them wrong. They always know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jolie? Sansa motherfucking night, Miss Boo. I thought I saw Twisted Skeptic in the house. What's going on, peeps? Welcome to the Misfit Show. Hey, how about that movie, Purple Rain? I was thinking about it while I was playing it. I think I had my first crush back then. I think I went to see it with a girl. I wanna think so. I know I didn't go with none of my cousins or anything. I think I went with a girl to see that movie, and I think it was if I remember correctly, I think it was PG. I think I don't remember, but it was pretty racy. You remember Purple Rain, right?
Yeah,
Some
I
of the
love
scenes were really
Prince.
sexy. I think one of my first, yeah, I think that was almost uh, I remember the this racy part where Prince has that girl Apollonia in bed and all that. That doesn't make me a crazy, right? I don't know. It just stands out. It was a great scene in Purple Rain where Prince is yeah, pretty good stuff.
The
Hey Paul,
artist
what's going on?
formerly known as.
Yeah, actually, I think he disputed that for a while. Then he reclaimed his name before he died. Rest in peace. One of the
Yeah,
greats of all time. I love Prince. I love the Prince of the Revolution.
yeah.
I think he was amazing.
He's an
He did
icon.
he did everything. He did
Yeah,
everything under the sun. He played all, even the background singing. He did everything. He played all the instruments and all. So to
and
me, he's
so original. Original
yeah,
from anybody else has ever
yeah.
done anything since.
He wrote songs for people that you won't even think of.
Yeah,
Lenny Kravitz is another one that
yep.
it's. I think he's like a branch. He's like a, he was inspired by Prince in a way, I guess. And what was it, this other band, the Bird? What's the other band that came out in Purple Rain where they sing the Bird? I forget his name. Ah, shit! I got a
Yeah,
brain fart. But yeah, I like he inspired a lot.
yeah.
Anyway, speaking of
Great too.
inspirations, let's get to it. I got some great content. I got a
Yeah.
oldie. I got some oldie but goodie from a year ago. I think it's from Glory Hole. Well, let me say it right. I say Glory Hole. People say, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's from Mike Cerone's Glory Hole, which is Combat Wombat. And let's get right to it. I got a playlist right here.
Basement
Uh,
Glory, wasn't it?
y-
It's a long name.
what's funny about it is the thumbnail to this video is really funny. Let me see if you can see it. Let me see if you can see.
Oh.
No, you can't see the
Oh
thumbnail.
no,
Can you?
no, no.
No, well that
Oh
wasn't it, but
dear.
yeah.
I love this.
Let's forward that. Let's forward that part.
Come back real quick.
This is one of the many times that Mike Cerrone said goodbye to the Vegas Valley or any other panel. You know, Mike Cerrone has this thing about prolonging his his how can I say, Ladybug? He prolongs
Exit.
his goodbyes. His exits are really fucking long exits. Just leave. Will you just fucking bounce? Jesus Christ. What's going on, Bart Robinson? Yeah, and so this is one of those back in the day. Yeah, so he did it back then, and obviously he still does it now.
Yeah, just wanted to tell you guys I appreciate everything. You know, everything's cool, but I'm gonna take a break for a while. So I hope you guys
Yeah.
have a good channel. Keep doing your thing. But I just think this is getting out of hand. I really do.
It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think it's getting out of hand. You know,
Kitty party, kitty party.
I'm gonna start going
Kitty
real life
party.
on people.
Why? What happened now? Bro? What happened?
Nah, just just the constant bullying and the lies and stuff
Haley.
like that. And Tommy, be careful, man. I don't think your boss is gonna like what he's gonna find.
Oh
shit!
You know?
Whoa.
Oh, Tommy dropped a video. Tommy made a video about you.
Yeah,
huh?
that was me baiting him. That was me baiting him. I'm baiting him. He doesn't even realize I'm baiting him. You know, and it's okay though. It's all right. It's all right. I just think it's getting out of hand. I think it's getting to the point now.
I'm not even gonna watch.
I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm
no,
not
he's not upset.
flustered or anything like that. I mean, you can tell. But I just think that these people are going to get consequences for
No, I'm not upset. I'm not. No, I'm cool. I'm okay. But
You all right?
watch what he says after. You know what? Mike Cerrone can't hide. He's one of those people that can't hide the fact that he's upset. And he'll lie into your face and say he's not. And watch what he says about Tommy and whoever he's mad at.
For their actions, you know. And of course, you have
Sean Little
talking about me again for another 3 hours. Sorry, I'm not gay, dude. I'm not gonna be with you. Sorry, dude. I'm not gonna be with you.
Yeah,
so if you talk about Mike, well, you're gay if you talk about Mike. That's what basically he's saying. If you talk about Mike more than 3 hours, you're gay. Okay, we want you. But yeah, we want you sexually, Mike. That's what we want. Exactly what we want. Yeah.
He says he's just a junkie, dude. He's a junkie.
They're all junkies. They're all junkies. It's a junkie channel. It's Angel Newfound Junkies.
Angel Newfound Junkies. There you go.
That's what they are. But you know, it's just one of those things where it's getting to the point where it's giving me a headache. Does that make sense? It's giving me a headache. And
Mikey can't get an aspirin. Mikey, go get a Tylenol. Somebody, let's do a fun for Mikey. Let's send Mikey some Tylenol, some aspirin or something for his headache. Yeah, for his headache.
It's grip for some Tylenol for Mikey.
I'm gonna have to make some moves.
Get the cash out.
I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. So.
You
know, they just
flaky.
It's one of those things where you don't want to get tough online, but you're picking.
Don't get tough on us, Mikey, please. I almost want to run. Don't get tough, Mike, please.
I think I cried on this show.
With the wrong person. You're picking with the wrong person. So I may take a little time off or something like that, but I'll see what happens. You know, but
just bang back on him.
No, Mikey has that. That's when he had that. He was sitting in some part of the room where he had that curtain. He had somebody tied up back there. That curtain moved once in a while, and he heard kind of a help. No, I'm only kidding, but
he looks 10 years younger here.
I'll tell you, you know, it's all fun.
He's lost weight. He can deny it all he wants, but
he just looks younger all over.
It's documented. I mean, you can tell when people that came up, you can tell if they've lost weight. It's one of those things that comes along with it. It's real easy to tell for me anyway. Yeah, he's lost weight.
Even weight, less the weight, like it's just health in general.
That Tommy work with.
I think it's overall health. I think he has something going on. You know, I mean, I'm not wishing man bad health or anything like that. I mean, I think he should actually pay some mind and leave the fucking YouTube alone for a little bit and go check himself. How about that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
They get sent those video clips of him admitting that,
it's just one of those
things. Sucking dick for heroin.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where
it's changer.
I know I add a lot to the channel. And I really enjoy talking to you guys, but it's getting to the point where it's getting a little.
You see the self-soothing with the rubbing of the neck and the hair and whatever.
The ear, yeah.
Does that make sense? It's getting nauseating. It's just, it's just too much. It's just too much. And you know, and I'm not being run off by anybody. It's just sometimes you have to kind of take a break, but we'll see what happens. I'll think about it. I'll give it some thought and see what direction I want to go.
Exactly, Flaky Jake. Flaky Jake says today on Jeff, Mikey's neck looked really skinny, and I'm not. Listen, I do roast Mike a lot, but I'm not kidding when I say he should go see a doctor, and I hope he's listening. It's up to you. You do what the fuck you want, but I think you should really consider going at least do your blood work because you don't look well. You don't look well. That's for sure. The eyes are kind of sunk in type. You know what I mean? So. That to me, you need to check yourself, at least your blood work, at least anyway.
You know, but I just think that they are angry, pitiful people. I think they're just they're so unhappy in their own life decisions that they
listen to the projection.
So they have to pick somebody to hate just as much as they hate their own lives. If that makes any sense to you guys?
Yeah.
You know.
No one projects like Mikey Cerrone does. I've seen a lot of people do project on here, but not quite like he does. Because
100%.
He's so transparent with it. You know what I mean? He's projecting his miserable life when he talks about people having miserable lives. When he says to Wombat, this is all you do all day, think about me. No. You know what I mean? It's just and what he says. You can just tell that he's miserable and he projects a lot.
Well, he's the one on
That's
YouTube
what it is.
24/7.
So I want
Yeah, he's exactly. It's yeah, exactly. Yeah.
pop back on, tell you guys I love you guys. There's no animosity whatsoever towards the channel. Nothing.
Hell yeah.
But they don't realize that a lot of the stuff I was doing was messing with them, messing with their
Okay,
minds.
so he calls him messing.
They don't even realize it.
Now let's debate that. Hey, I was just messing with you. Well, Mike. Well, you know, we're just messing with you. If you want to put it in those terms, because what you do is not messing around. Okay.
I wonder if he has multiple
I think.
personality disorder.
I don't know about the personalities. I just see the one asshole personality most of the time, so I don't know about the multiple. I hope there's not multiple Mikeys.
I really think he does because he has so many like dysmorphias.
Yeah, but
constantly,
yeah,
he can flip from one to the next.
Yeah,
what voice is in his head?
Yeah, but messing around is what I consider what I do, or just kind of roasting what Cheez-It and the other guys do. It's kind of just roasting. We're not going real life. We're not contacting anybody in your life or anything like that. It's just basically roasting. What you do, you go too fucking far all the time, and the thing is, he'll jump on that bandwagon when it comes to the doxing. If Joe's doing it or anybody else is doing something that's distasteful, let's put it that way, he'll jump right in and act like he doesn't. And then you ask him later, which speaking of with the Ham Banana thing, they ask him about it, and then he's like, I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Selective. He has that selective memory too. So there you go.
And she said, and Jake never make veiled threats. He's always gonna pull up and destroy people and punch people out.
Exactly.
She said just roast.
Yeah,
like
it's just
they have like,
humor.
Whereas
it's
Mike
humor.
is just
It's kind of fun to watch Mike squirm and act out. Yes, do we do this for Mikey to kind of swing it? Yeah, it'll be no fun if Mike doesn't act the way he acts. It's become a hobby for me in a way. You know what I mean? Just watching him he's over there at Jeff's over there just kind of keeping quiet today and not trying to say much. And he wants to bust out and act out, but
he found a safe place. He found a safe place, and Jeff keeps him under check.
Yeah, well, he's caping for him pretty good. Yeah, hey, listen, if he's gonna feel safe there until he turns on Jeff, and that'll happen.
The day's coming. We all know that.
It'll happen for sure. All right.
I'm not psychotic. I'm not bipolar. Why would I bash on a channel and come back the next night? Because I'm messing with you. I'm messing with them.
You're spiking, insulting the path. I know exactly.
Yeah, it's like they don't even understand that I'm trolling them. They have no idea that that's what we're doing. And but yeah, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm just gonna take a step away. Just like tonight. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like when you get a sour taste in your mouth, And trust me, I can fight with the best of them, but it's just that at one point it just gets silly. It kind of gets a little silly.
Oh, Mike,
I appreciate you guys a lot, and I always have fun talking to you guys. But I'm gonna jump off, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right on, brother.
All right, guys, take care, man.
Peace.
And believe it or not, where I was just
the Democrat.
I just opened YouTube and it was in my it was in the feed, and I was like, oh, hold up, what's this? And I gripped it up and I put it in
that was good.
Yeah, I just sometimes it just comes up in the feed. I don't do a lot of research. I do have somebody that does. If I really need something, they'll look for it, and if anything comes up, I haven't been seen already.
I like watching back then, Angel, to compare to now, because a lot of people are new to the community and don't necessarily know about the then. So it is interesting to bring up the then.
There is a then, for sure. So this once again, this is from Mike's own Glory Hole again, Combat Wombat channel. I'll drop the link. Here we go.
Florida is not for African Americans. It's not. It doesn't benefit you. It keeps you caged. It keeps you cornered. It doesn't.
I mean, look at Baltimore.
Yeah, it doesn't promote excellence in minorities. That's my opinion.
You agree? No immigrants are beneficial to Black Americans, right?
I do agree, and I don't want them here.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah,
I'm talking to the white.
I'm an immigrant.
Are you a benefit?
That's exactly what's going on, Peggy J. So he's in obsessed behavior because he doesn't want to get knocked down by Jeff. You know, now Jeff has the kind of a pet. So he keeps him in line or he gets dropped to the basement. Basically, that's what's going on. So Mikey's kind of behaving because he doesn't want to get embarrassed and get dropped. That's exactly what's going on. I thought I was the only one that caught that. So I guess a lot of people caught that. So.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Black people.
I'm an immigrant.
Are you a benefit to Black Americans?
Yes.
Now I want to talk about this. Do Italian Americans consider themselves immigrants? Because I don't consider myself an immigrant. You know what I mean? I'm Puerto Rican American or whatever, Latino American, but I don't consider myself. My forefathers were probably immigrants. So Mikey is saying, you know, Mikey was born. He never claims to be born in Italy, by the way. I don't think so, anyway. So he was born in Rockaway, New York, whatever. So is that a thing, or am I reading this wrong? Is he an immigrant? No, I don't think so. Right?
No.
Anybody in chat?
Born in America.
Right. So he's not an immigrant. Maybe his forefathers were, like I said. Yeah.
Everybody was originally.
Right.
So yeah.
How? Name so.
Well, in my position at my work, I actually hire a lot of people. I always give people second chance hires. People that have been in prison.
Oh,
people that have had.
Yeah. Do you wait. Is that across the board? Like
everybody.
Hold on, let me drop this link. I see Paul wants to come up and discuss this. Yeah. So he apparently, Ladybug, he helps. He helps people in his spare time. Yeah,
I mean, he's hiring people. Where's he hiring them to?
He's actually hiring people. Yeah, that's what he said. Let's
pick his basil. Like, where is he hiring people?
yeah. Can you pick my basil? Yeah, $2 an hour. Yeah, pick my basil.
Wait. Don't answer a question with a question.
If you're doing a blanket
question, then it doesn't benefit black people. I'm the kind of mindset that gives people a second chance. People deserve a second chance, and I think sometimes
how many criminal Mexicans you
don't get that second? They don't get that second chance.
How many criminal Latinos you give a second chance to?
Great question.
Criminal Latinos? Why are you?
Oh, you don't know they exist?
No. I got it. CT, I got it. Why do you? So did a Mexican person beat you? Why do you hate?
Do you give second chance?
You claim that you help people, that you hire people that deserve second chances, and society hasn't given. Shut the fuck up, Mike. You don't help no fucking body. You don't even help yourself. Look at yourself. So stop claiming to be this fucking behind the scenes savior of the world, because you're not. All right.
A chance.
I love Latinos. My ex-wife Puerto Rican.
Hey,
I love Latinos.
I said, do you get my second chance at the workplace?
So what's the problem? Why do you hate Latinos so much? Why are you
I don't hate them. Latinos? They are nothing just like the Sicilians to me. Now I'm asking a question.
Now we're
when you talk about criminality and giving people second chances, you always say black. What other criminals do you give a second chance to? Do you give it to whites? Do you give it to whites and Latinos?
Oh, did he? I don't know. I should go back. Did he specify? Did he say black? That's why this guy's offended down here. Did he say?
Yes.
That's why the guy's mad.
I think so. I heard that.
Yeah. Because okay, let's go on. Yeah.
We're not a minority. You're the minority here.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think you're a hateful piece of garbage. That's
no, you're not answering the question. You're dodging.
Statistics speaks otherwise.
You hate.
Do you get second chance? Do you get second chance? Billions of chance? That's your workplace.
He gets over talking because he can't answer. He answers a question with a question, which is simple psychology, which means you hate yourself. You hate your position. You hate the way you put yourself. This Latino man sounds educated.
You're right. You know what? I do hate my position. I hate that I allowed you to come here.
Right.
And I'm working on how to get you out.
I'm
working on it. I'm working on how to get your ass right back to the boot you came from.
Listen, I don't think Mike has had a. I don't watch. I'm trying to figure out what this channel is. I don't really know what channel it is. But every time it gets clipped, it's never a good experience. So you know, Mike goes back to the fucking. He gets slapped around everywhere he goes. It's funny.
I know this channel. It's chaotic.
Oh,
I
chaotic.
can
What
send
is
it
it?
to you. I'll have to look it up. Chaotic.
Okay. All right, just
Live.
look it up. If anything,
Yeah.
drop it in the chat.
I'll send it
All
to
right,
you.
we got. Okay, I'll send it to me. Yeah, let me bring Paul. All right, let me bring Paul up real quick.
Oh, not Paul, the troublemaker.
Yeah, he's always started trouble, but he's my history guy. I go to Paul when I'm stuck on history or something that I always refer to Paul. What's going on, Paul?
Well, thank you. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just got massive earache and toothache.
Oh shit! What a worse tooth and ear.
Oh,
Yes,
no, I've had to take like ibuprofen and paracetamol together.
Yeah, you need. What do you? I think you probably have an infection. Most of the time, what happens is probably got an infection either.
No,
in the ear,
it's just
yeah.
It's just a toothache that's causing the earache.
Yeah. I've had those. Those are worse. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope I can make you laugh, make you forget about it. So, am I right about the Italian thing, Paul? Right? He's an Italian American. He's not an immigrant, right?
No, he's not an immigrant. He's far from an immigrant. His family came from Italy.
Yeah,
his forefathers, his people, but his grandfather probably came from Italy in the early 1900s.
1900s, right?
Or mid 1900s, and he came there and they made their family. So he is Italian descent, but American.
American, exactly. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he makes these fucking claims, and the people that don't know him probably believe him, but we all know he's full of shit. All right.
You can try.
There is no trying.
You can try. I'd love for you to try.
There's nothing for you to do. You beat that ass, and we're going to beat that ass again. Remember that.
I'm sorry?
Let me read the super chat. Chris Reed with the $5 super chat. We talked about this.
What do they used to call Italians? What? WOP. And I'm thinking of WAP, WAP.
Hold up. When it goes too fast
sometimes. They called them the W. I'm not going to use the word because it's a
I think Jeffrey almost slipped up there. He almost said it, but he kind of held back and let Mike say it. Yeah.
But they did call this. It was the Latinos who were the I'm going to use the word. Sorry, I do apologize. This is not me using.
No, go ahead. No, I know you're not saying it.
Yeah, they did call the Latinos Diegos.
Yeah, well, they call them Spicks too. Well,
yes,
listen, anything you say on here, as long as it's not malicious,
and
you just
also Wetback after Operation Wetback.
Wetback is another one. Yeah, that's for mostly. I think it's mostly the Mexicans crossing over. They got that back from that. I think that's where they got it from. They originated from the Wetback thing.
It's not me.
I don't know where they got Spick from. I really can't. I don't know the origin, but it's a nasty. It's the equivalent of the N-word for black people. So it's out there. Just in case people don't.
All abhorrent words, mate, and so not something I use in my daily life.
Exactly, absolutely. All right, so this one is narcissistic moves, superiority complex times 10. I couldn't get that out, Ladybug.
Yeah. So you realize that Italians, especially Sicilians, like me and Tommy, we are mixed. Do you realize that?
Tommy's Sicilian too. Y'all are all Italian to me. I don't know the different brands.
Yeah.
The different regions.
So when you are from the bottom, you're mixed either with Spanish, Greek, Middle Eastern. You're mixed with Moorish blood, which is African.
North African.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're mixed with different.
Right. So
that's why some Italians look like.
Yeah,
me.
but you wouldn't know that unless you do a back history or you know
Angel.
What I mean?
Can you stop this for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've looked into the genealogy of this, not in Mike's genealogy. Obviously, that'd be wrong. But I've looked into the genealogy of the name.
Mm-hmm.
The Cerrone name came from Florence.
Okay, Italy. Okay.
So he would not have. The Cerrones would not have been from Sicily.
Yeah.
They came from Florence there. So what he's talking about, the Moorish blood, was in the 800 AD.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, listen, coming for anything that comes from Mike, you got to question. You just got to question everything he says. So yeah, good stuff, Paul. Good stuff.
Brown eyes, things like that, darker skin.
You guys hear me? Okay.
I can now. Yeah. if you were talking before.
Now, when did I say Italians are racist? I said narcissistic. Do you know what that means?
Narcissistic. Okay, so we love ourselves, right? So we have pride in our race. We have pride in ourselves.
Yeah, but you're not the only race that fucking prides himself of being. I'm proud Puerto Rican. Paul's a proud Briton. We're all proud. I remember watching this and saying, why is he trying to come across like he's a superior race, like he's the best race? He didn't come off like he's proud of his race, like he's saying. It came off like he's being
arrogant.
Yeah, really, really arrogant. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
what are you saying?
It's a tendency that I've noticed on every Italian that I've ever known, either off the boat or American Italians, every single one. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the way it is. But that's okay. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's the way it is.
So why don't you?
That's also a great point, Flaky. Sicilian is not a race.
I know this one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pause this again. Sicily has always been a separate part of Italy until 1861.
Oh wow! I
when
didn't know
joined
that.
Italy as when Italy became a country. So Sicily's always been its own separate type of kingdom.
Oh wow! I didn't even. I wouldn't have known that unless you told me, Paul. Good stuff, Paul. Thank you.
You tell them that to their face. Why don't you tell them that? Hey, you're a narcissist.
Look like he did.
I think maybe I just did.
Like to their face in person. Why don't you tell them? And maybe they can.
Because now you could do it over the internet. We've evolved.
They think it's fucking really hard, like you are.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
I can see what you're saying, because you're I'm just asking you a question. I'm just asking you a question.
I'm not just fucking. Look, I'm not saying it's just Italians that are narcissistic, because there can be narcissistic.
What's his watch thing? Well, he puts his finger like watch, like he's setting somebody up, or he has something plotted or planned. He's such an idiot. Jesus Christ! Would you just sit there and talk? Your fucking bobblehead, fucking chicken neck, whatever. Okay.
Like in every race can have narcissism. All right, and
so what do you think? Okay, so where do you think narcissism comes from? Like, where do you think it goes? Like,
it's babies or narcissists, toddlers or narcissists. We're all narcissistic. It's a spectrum. We all go through a narcissistic phase. Most of us grow out of it or mature out of it.
Everybody has a level of narcissism, and that's fucking for sure. I mean,
y'all just have more of it. He's saying.
I'm not denying it, because everybody has it. That's just a trait every human being has. But I'm saying that every Italian I've ever met is a very, very hardcore narcissist.
I don't know who this guy is, but I can't agree with that. I just can't agree that all Italians are narcissistic or different than other races or more. Well, maybe the Italians I've dealt with, never act like they're better than anybody. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess that's just his point of view. I guess, yeah.
Well, is it a problem that we're the most handsome? We have the biggest dicks of white men? Is that the
problem?
No, I didn't know that.
God, he did not say that. Did he just say that he has? Oh my Lord, Mikey.
Yes, he did, and we've seen it, and it's not.
I think we debunked that. Well, you debunked yourself by whipping that tiny pecker out, and plus, didn't we do a little top 10 one time, Paul? Something? Didn't we do a top 10 of? I think you're wrong about that, Mike. I don't know, Paul. I don't know if you want to do top 10. Did we do a top 10 of the who has the race with the biggest
member?
Hey, Gregory, what's going on, Gregory? Wave at me, Gregory. Wave, Gregory, wave. There you go. All right. What's up?
No,
Greg?
I don't think we did, because I've been the top 2.
Yeah, I was on panel with somebody that kind of checked, and they said, the Italians weren't even near the top.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a couple weeks, about a week or two.
Somebody
ago,
had the
like
actual factual news about it. Actual.
Yeah, you didn't get the joke, did you? What I just said.
No, I wasn't. Say it again.
I don't think we did, because I would be in the top 2.
Good
I
stuff.
think you were.
I
Number
like that
2 was
shit.
Paul Morrison.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it'll be fun to check that. There's got to be a top 10 of race of men that have the largest. And I think I have. I'm not going to say unless I fact check it first, but I think I know the top 3 at least anyway.
Thing. I was in a band with this guy named Mike DeMeo, and he was a fucking narcissistic motherfucker.
Right. But why is
How
that?
big
Because
can you quantify that narcissism?
Yeah.
9.5, 8, 10, 8.5.
Oh no.
Like face
It's not
on.
about penis. It's about fucking, well, they might think it's about penis if like they.
Right. So I think the biggest problem is that we're the most handsome, we're the most talented.
Oh,
that's subjective. That really is.
So your race is according to Mike, right? So he's the best looking men and women. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
The human race would end if that was the only man on Earth. I'm just
there's
saying.
beauty. There's beauty in every race. That's what I gotta say. There's beauty in every race. You know what I mean? Yep.
That's narcissism, bro.
Are you? Jeff, so what is it? So
I'll
did
play
you
that.
always?
Hopefully you didn't see
So let me ask you a question. Did you always want to be Italian? Do you emulate? Do you watch The Sopranos? Do you watch The Godfather movie?
Everything's
There is no
movie.
There is no people in the history.
So people that watch The Godfather, Sopranos want to be Italian, according to
He
Mike.
thinks his whole life, everything in life is movies and TV. And
Yes.
that's what he gets all of his information from, and that's where he gets his life stories from. He wants to be what he sees in movies and TV, and that's where he gets his conversations from.
His life is a movie plot. Yes, it is.
He thinks it is. I mean, he's the
Paul.
Joker on Batman.
Yeah, sorry. I think he's watched too many movies. I think he thinks of everybody came from Italy or before it came Italy, is involved in crime and everything else. And when it's only a small minority of people.
Exactly. He's not giving his race the benefit, he's not. And the way he talks about it, it's like you said, it's a small minority of people that were gangsters and all that. It's not all Italy. Hey, Gregory, how you been doing, Gregory?
Good. Let me tell you. I think Mike, I think he have bipolar or some disease in his brain.
Probably. Yeah.
Of course he does, Gregory.
For sure.
I think
how he's talking like that, he's not making sense. Either he's sick in his head or something, or he's mentally disabled, because I could tell he doesn't make sense. 1 minute he's normal, next minute he's a different person.
He's probably drunk. He's probably drunk too. Alcohol will do that.
No. I'm not. No. Maybe he needs to check it out. Maybe he's bipolar. No.
Probably.
I think he's a rather troubled individual. He's definitely got a drinking problem. He definitely has.
I think it's all of the above.
Help. It doesn't help if he's having some mental issues. I think the alcohol is actually making it more intense. And
he doesn't know. Probably have a mental.
Doesn't help.
Doesn't help whatsoever.
Doesn't help him is coming onto YouTube and spurging the way he does.
Exactly. I think the alcohol is what drives him to YouTube.
But he loves it. It gives me attention.
I know.
He so craves the attention. Like he craves it. And he knows how to get it.
I think
we give it to him.
I think he just needs it. He needs it.
He needs
it.
He
craves it.
It's the only thing he has.
Like an innate feeling for him.
Yeah. All right, let me play something more of this video.
History of the world more revered than Italians. Did you know that?
Dudes, that's cool, but that is kind of narcissistic, brother.
But we're revered.
I know. That's fine, but you say you're one of the only blah blah blah. But that's fine. Right. All right, so what about the mutts of people that are not Italian? What are they any good?
Of course they are. Everybody's good. But you've always wanted to be the selected people of Italians and Sicilians. Like, we are different than everybody else. We're a very specific
You're not different. How you're not superior? You're not. He's almost talking like a Nazi isms of some sort. Like he's his race. You know, I'm down now. I'm speaking about Mike. You know, like they're better in every fucking way, including members and whatever else he's talking about.
You see, I was telling you before. Bono, he changed his attitude every minute. That's how Paul is, you know.
If you study Europe, the history of Europe, I mean, talking about actually really study, and you're talking about invasions, you're talking about before the Roman Empire, you see a mass movement of people. And there is that. It says Italians are no different to the French are no different to the Germans are no different to Britain. We've all intermingled with each other.
Right. Well, we basically I see a human race. Anyway, by the way, I forgot to do something real quick. Let me do it real quick. I have a banner here. It's a girl named Cherokee Girl that goes over to damn, I completely forgot about
Lord Docs.
Yeah, no, she goes over to, I think she probably goes to Lord Docs too, but she goes to Honeybees. She's in dire need right now. She's in a wheelchair. What I understand is she's in a wheelchair, and right now she's doing really bad. She needs food almost immediately. So anything you can do to help, it could be $1, whatever, and you're not obligated or anything. The Cash App Honeybees is the one facilitating that. And what I'm doing is just trying to just spread the word at Cherokee Girl. If you know her, you know her.
I know.
You know exactly. So you know what she's about. So shout out to Cherokee Girl, and I hope anything that I can do to help you, and get some food on your table. And that's what that's all I'm doing. Okay? Thank you guys. Anybody that does donate, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And God bless you. Sorry. I'll remind me to say that before I end the show again. Okay.
Person, you know, so
that's kind of like there's a tendency.
No, it's all right. So why do you obsess over us so much? Why is your obsession?
No, I'm not obsessed about it. I just have noticed a bit, and I've gotten a lot of problems in the past because of it. Mm-hmm. I was in a band with a motherfucker who turned it into a goddamn LLC.
Yeah. So would you like to be born Italian?
No.
Why not?
Because I was born a fucking white mutt.
Okay, so what is your background? Where did you come from?
Welsh, Irish, German.
Great. Well, you don't have to curse, but the thing is that Italians are very prideful. So in other words, we are very dominating, very dominating spirits. You know, we
dominating.
Kind of making his point.
That's what I mean. Dominating and narcissistic and prideful.
There it goes again with the dominating, and they're, you know, to me, what I'm hearing that according to Mike, the Italians are superior to all other races. That's what I'm listening to, anyway.
I mean, that's cool.
Hold on there. You're calling Italians narcissistic? No, we're just dominating and prideful.
Yeah.
Take it easy, dude.
An overdose.
Be careful there. Those are fighting words.
Right. You have to be careful because a lot of Italians have a lot of reach. So just be respectful. Just be respectful.
What kind of reach? What kind of reach? What are you threatening here?
No threat. No threat at all.
Oh, well, what's this reach? That's specifically Italian. That conjures up certain things.
Right. You're good. A lot of Italians are very prideful. So if somebody attacks Italians, then
and what happened? What, like online, if they saw this video, all of a sudden he'd be like the crows do. They remember people.
Right. A lot of us group together, and we don't like
kind of like a mob, like a group of people.
I don't put you.
That is a great comment, J-Dub. Great comment. That's what I'm seeing. She says he's acting like a racist. How embarrassing for the culture. Well, he's an idiot. You know, if you would listen to Mike and people that don't know Mike, well, you know, he's condescending. He's putting his people. He's making his people look bad. If anything, Mikey is not a good representative of the Italian Americans of the United States. Anyway,
a larger group.
He's Italian.
That's all it is. The bottom line is this.
Yeah,
is we have a lot of pride in our heritage. And
oh my God, that's embarrassing.
Don't mess around. But we're also very respectful of other people's opinions.
I will.
But if the worst thing they said about me was I was narcissistic, and my response to that was that we were prideful, dominating. That doesn't sound like a high crime to me for that person to have said that to you. Like they aimed right here, and the bullseye was just a little bit over, but they didn't really. He's pretty much saying the same thing you are.
Dominican Republic. I've been to Dominican Republic twice. You know, I even went into.
This is okay. This is Mikey Moves World Traveling. Mikey Moves. We didn't know it was Ladybug back then.
This, Angel. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Why is it America is the only country in the world where everybody wants to be something else apart from American?
Wow, great question. Well, hold on. How do you mean that? Though? Yeah, break that down a little bit.
Okay, so Mike says he's Italian first.
Right.
Well, he says he's American. People say they're Irish first before they say they're American. People say they're Spanish or Hispanic or from Mexico before they're American. It's the only country in the world.
I think they're proud of their heritage.
And that's
what makes America great.
There's a difference between heritage and saying, before we think, they're the only country. America is the only country in the world to say, "Oh, I'm Italian." Then they'll say, "I'm American."
Well, listen. If you go to sign up for anything, yeah,
Canada's the same. People are proud of their heritage, but they're also proud to be American or Canadian.
Yeah, but if I was born in America, I could say, I mean, my parents are Scottish, but I could say I'm British. But I do say I'm Scottish. I can understand that. But when you're generations deep,
well, if you ask me, I would just say I'm an American. But unfortunately, it's not like that. If you sign up for anything on, let's say, I don't know, one of the questions, what race are you? And then there's a blank space for other. So it's like you got to put something there. So obviously,
we have that over here. We have that over here.
Yeah, that question comes up in the weirdest spots sometimes, and I'm like, why would they want to know my race? You know what I mean? But it does come up a lot.
If you had to move to America for, say, a job,
would
you be still proud to be British?
Oh yeah,
or you were American
because I'm born in Britain.
Right.
Yeah.
But
if you had to, what if your parents had to move here for jobs, and you were grown up being proud of who they were and where they came from?
I'm not talking about.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not talking about parents. I'm talking about generations deep. There's difference between parents or even grandparents. But when you're talking about 2 or 3 grandparents away from each other and they still say, I'm Irish, but you're American.
Yeah, I think it's just built down into generations. Like, here's where you came from. Be proud of where your bloodlines came from.
Yeah.
Don't forget where you came from.
It's just very confusing.
I don't think it's I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's important to be proud of who you are now, where you are now, and the reason why your great grandparents came to this country. There's a reason why they left and came here. But also, don't forget where they came from. I think it's just a mix of cultures, and that's a good thing.
The question I get asked is what type of Spanish am I? Am I Mexican or Puerto Rican? That's the question I get asked. But if I was to introduce myself, I would say I'm American. But it always comes up, well, what type of Spanish are you? And I have to say Puerto Rican.
By saying what you said, Ladybug, I could say I'm Irish.
Okay.
You have a mixture. You have a great blend though going there, Paul.
I could say I'm Irish because my family did come from Ireland.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's very confusing to hear somebody saying they're like Italian, then they're American.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it does come up a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah.
To Haiti, which is like unheard of. You're not supposed to go into there, you know.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
So they had the voodoo growing up. Yeah. Haiti was always scary because that's where all the voodoo people were.
But seeing the
Hey,
way,
Mike. Hey, Jeff.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Jeff, I'll give you an example. So I go to Dominican Republic the first time, right? I go the first time. And you get off the plane, and the airport is tiny. It looks like a mini mart. That's how small the airport was in Punta Cana.
No, it's not.
And you go through customs.
Now, Ladybug, he's never mentioned. Now, a lot of things you're going to hear, you're going to be like, what? Huh, wait, stop. You can stop me anytime. But he basically saying that he traveled the fucking world. So
yes,
I'm not gonna support you.
This bit does make me laugh. Let you listen to the thing, then I'll just say what makes me laugh about it.
All right, go ahead. There you go.
Customs, all this other stuff. And you get on a bus because you're going to an all exclusive resort. So you're going to go to a resort.
What?
No, this is in Dominican Republic.
All
Which borders Haiti.
Wait.
Right.
Pause.
He's confused about where Haiti is, first of all. I'm not sure myself, but that's why I have Paul and Ladybug up here. They can tell me. So what he says is that
all exclusive resort? What is does he mean inclusive?
Yeah.
What the fuck is an all exclusive resort?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. I think
you know what? If you paid as much as you paid, he'd know what it's called.
We call it full board over here. That's what it's called. You full board, but you get your drink and food free.
Yeah.
Full board,
Let me go back a little bit so we can see what he actually said. All right.
I think you said exclusive.
And you get off the plane, and the airport is tiny. It looks like a mini mart. That's how small the airport was in Punta Cana.
That's a lot.
And you go through customs and all this other stuff. And you get on a bus because you're going to an all exclusive resort. Like, so you're going to go to.
He said exclusive. Exclusive. It's inclusive, right?
Inclusive, including your food, including your drinks,
including your food, drinks,
this,
and everything
including
else.
the shows, including your room, including inclusive.
Yeah, he said exclusive because this is an exclusive area for the retards like Mike. That's why.
And it doesn't look like a mini mart. It is smaller. You get off on the tarmac, but it's not like a mini mart. It's still an airport.
Right. Mike hasn't gone anywhere. I don't think Mike has traveled just in Virginia to New York, probably, and I even highly doubt that. So yeah.
This is in Haiti.
No, this is in Dominican Republic. Which
where did you go in Haiti?
Which borders Haiti?
Right.
Borders.
There's the same island.
Where did you fly into in Haiti, Mike?
So going through the town. Excuse me. Going through the town.
Hey, we're not gonna.
Hey, no, stop. Just calm down. Don't do.
Yeah. Excuse me. But what I'm trying to say, Jeff, is going through the town. You're driving past people living in cardboard or, I would say, particle board shacks, right? And then you pass a certain point where there's homes on the beach.
That happens here in Seattle too.
Yeah, you pass by shambles, and then you get to the resort, and it's like.
I think he got that in reverse, and I've never been to Santo Domingo, but what I hear that is very beautiful. The airport's beautiful. There are parts of Santo Domingo that are very poor. There are parts of Puerto Rico that are very poor. Yeah. But the countries, for the most part, now you correct me if I'm wrong, they kind of don't want the tourists to see that. So it's not right on front as soon as you get off the fucking airport. I believe that. Go ahead.
That's a complete lie. None of the highways have.
Now, if you did see that, and he says he feels embarrassed for going full board, he paid extra to go full. He paid extra for full board because you can have half board or full board. So he paid the extra, so he doesn't have to spend money on food and drink. So for him to say he was embarrassed by going past these places, he's speaking bull.
It's almost a slap in the face to those people. It's embarrassing. Why? How do they feel? You feel embarrassed because supposedly you went by these people. You know
I've been in the slums of Cuba, and I never saw anybody living in a cardboard box. I've been in the slums of Canada, and I've seen videos of the slums of America, and I've seen people living in cardboard boxes.
There's people living in
cardboard box thing. Yeah, the cardboard box thing is not in those Caribbean islands. I'm telling you,
they're very resourceful people, and they can build their little houses. They don't have running water necessarily, and heat and hydro and the things that we are accustomed to, but they are very resourceful people.
So when he said cardboard box, it reminded me of Kensington. Okay, yes, I live in Philly, where I have all. Yeah, they're all season here. Or in those countries that are poor, they have it's you know the poor people are very resourceful.
Exactly. They're very
They don't
resourceful.
they
They
wouldn't
go to
need
the
any
market
cardboard
and buy
boxes.
a cow. They
Yep.
grow their own chickens. They grow their own food. They're very resourceful.
Ladybug.
They still
No,
need
yeah.
stuff. You can't get medicine and glasses and
How do you grow,
shoes and
how do you grow
things.
your own chickens?
Sorry?
How do you grow your own chickens?
Well, you know what I mean. You go to the market, buy chickens, you grow your own egg. Well, they grow the eggs for you. You know what I meant.
Fuck on that. He knows what you meant.
You shithead.
Like you're in heaven. Like, so what I'm trying to say is that some of
Plant
these
chicken
countries,
seeds.
it's so unappropriate. Like it's disappropriation. Like people live in
But you can see that here too in America. I'm just saying that stratification.
But out of the United States,
what's disappropriation?
But out of the United States, it was.
Answer the question, Mike.
It was shocking to me to see. I almost felt embarrassed being on a resort where all the food is free, where you can gamble, where you can do anything you want on this resort. But 1 mile, 2 miles down the road, people are living in shack.
So why didn't you gather some of that free stuff that you got and those extras and went back over there and just help some people off? Huh? Why were you embarrassed? If you were so embarrassed, why didn't you go back there and help those people for a little while, spend a couple hours with them?
Why didn't you take a humanitarian bag? You can leave it at the resort, and someone will take it home. One of the staff members will take it back to the village. If you don't want to travel.
I've learned on YouTube, and it's actually by Ladybug, that you can actually take things over there, and the airport don't even charge you. So I didn't even know that. So
that's right.
That's how Vegas was too.
Yeah.
And they kept all the homeless people off the strip because they didn't want the tourists to see them.
It's eye-opening. It's an eye-opening experience to go outside the United States. A lot of people live their entire life.
I see that in the United States. Like that, all I'm saying is you don't have to go out of the U.S. to see that, to have that eye-opening.
That's true. That's true.
Because my eyes have been opened here in the U.S. about the same type of stuff.
And they're a different thing overseas, though. It's
you would
it's
walk
a completely
outside
different dimension.
Right. So you'd walk
outside of American culture.
Can I speak? It's okay if I speak?
Okay, we're not going to be able to have both people on at the same time. So what are we going to do?
Wouldn't poor people that are homeless be? Would it matter if they're in the Caribbean or United States? I don't think it makes any difference.
Poor is poor.
I've
been poor, and
hungry is hungry. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
hungry is hungry. I've lived on top of cardboard boxes in a pub with no roof. I haven't had no food for 3 or 4 days. You wouldn't believe it by the size of me, but I've made up for it now.
I don't think it would be any. It won't make a difference wherever
it is
you're
not
living.
If you've got no money, you've got no money. You're skint.
Exactly.
You can't afford to buy food, or you're living on next to nothing.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but it's funny when you would step outside. You would step outside of the resort.
Hang on. Before we continue, I got to figure this out. Wombat, did you have a topic?
I heard talking about world travel and going around the world, and I've worked in Beijing.
I would love to talk about
so
that. I don't think you and Mike are going to be able to talk about it on
Okay.
the same street.
I'm fine.
So I'm
I'm
not sure
fine.
what
I'm
to
fine.
do. Because
I'm Jeff.
I think my point is Mike's never talked about traveling the world because that's what he actually said. I've traveled the world. He said, "You know what I mean?"
Never heard it before that.
Nope,
In the 2
not
years
one
I've
time.
known. Never heard it before that.
If the topic comes up about traveling the world, obviously Mike is going to say, "I did too. I did. I travel the world." That's my point. Yeah.
you want to rotate? Like I can hear you around the world, and then I could break Wombat and hear his.
I'll let Mike talk about how he's never been to Haiti. He thinks Dutch people are in Belize.
Okay,
well, but I don't want this
just
to be
give me
the
1
Mike
minute.
show.
Just give me 1 minute, then I'll drop. So
I've
Mike,
been to
never
Belize.
Haiti.
I've been to Belize. Have you? Have you been to Belize?
No, you haven't. You said it's full of Dutch people.
It's the Netherlands.
If you've been,
it's the Netherlands.
If you've been,
it's the Netherlands.
If you've been to Belize, you'd know it's never been a colony.
Breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
Okay, we're gonna try again. I don't want this on my show. This is not what I started up the stream to do. Not even for 1 minute, unless y'all want to pay.
A few moments later.
I'm gonna bring Mike back up simply because he's the one that stuck around, so he's still
No problem.
backstage.
But Jeff, if you notice, what I do is it doesn't bother me, number one. Number two, it shows their idiocracy. It shows how ridiculous they are. It shows how weak they are.
It shows a lot of things about all the parties involved,
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
them or you.
It's funny. I mean, this
Oh,
is
and
like-
I want to tell this real quick. I discovered that I have a locale of my own that I just realized that I have. There's this lady.
He doesn't realize he just got called a locale. You know what I mean? He laughs at it like and giggles like a schoolgirl. And I think he didn't get it. I think it went right over his fucking head.
On Big Brother this year. She's a Karen. She's a big white lady from Minnesota, I think. And every episode, she has some kind of drama over something. People are eating her charcuterie. She didn't get included in the alliance. She thinks people don't like her and are going to vote her out. So she's always having these little drama breakdowns over nothing. And I realized that I actually tune in to see it doesn't feel like a real episode now if I don't get some Angela drama. And I realized that she's a locale. Like I am only tuning in to be entertained and how pitiful and pathetic this woman is for a grown lady. And I'm like, okay, now I relate. I have a locale of my own. I know what it's like to tune in for it. I think I'm getting there. So you are that person for a lot of people.
Well, what's really funny is that they don't even realize that they're my locale. They think that I am, but they're mine.
You sure about that?
That's such a stupid statement. Oh my god, they're my locale. Yeah, okay.
I don't think he knows
sure
what that
about that? You sure about that?
It's just funny.
Well,
it's
they're
funny.
My cash cow. Well,
it's
they're
funny.
My cash cow. Well,
it's
they're
funny.
My cash cow. Hopefully,
people, they don't own me, bro. I own them.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Leave me alone, like get away from me, you know. Just
a few moments later.
Don't seem to. All right. For whatever reason, you don't all those civilizing forces that are normally in place start to break down. In the presence of each other.
I'll try not to ask questions.
And there's a lot of in Virginia, especially where I'm at in Tidewater, like Richmond area, Eastern Shore. There's a lot of Indian artifacts, things like that. So they'll find arrowheads, they'll find all kinds of stuff. So, and if you look at the Eastern Shore, a lot of the cities, almost all the cities, are named after the tribes.
I think he's on about
going up towards Maryland. The
Chesapeake. They have a lot of that here too.
Yeah. In Australia, 80% of place names are Aboriginal.
Great.
Angel Deck.
Small towns.
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's talking about the First Nations or the Native Americans when he uses Indian.
In the United States?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the Indians? What wasn't it? The Indians?
No, it was the First Nations or Native Americans is the correct term. They only got called Indians. Yeah, only got called Indians because when Christopher Columbus came over, he got confused and thought he landed in India.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about that. Yeah.
So that's how they get called, or as they say, Red Indians. But the correct term and the less offensive term is First Nations or Native Americans.
All right,
I like that. Yeah, a Native American sounds really, really nice to me, for sure.
Yeah, and I think really what put Australia or Aboriginals on the map was Crocodile Dundee. He's a national treasure. Hogan.
Oh, fuck.
But you know, no one really Americans didn't really know about Australia.
What the fuck did he just say?
Crocodile
Listen, I watch the
Dundee.
video, but I don't watch them. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
I miss them.
You put Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I think really what put Australia or Aboriginals on the map was Crocodile Dundee. He's a national.
I'm such an idiot. Another fucking movie. Another movie.
Well,
Mikey.
Crocodile Dundee did
Crocodile
put US,
Dundee
did put Australian tourism
on
back
the
on the
map.
map.
Oh my God. Jesus,
It
I
did
feel
do
bad.
that. It boosted the Australian tourism board. It did. There's no denying that. But to say,
you sure about that?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It was a big cultural thing.
Yeah, but he didn't put the Australians on the map. Australians.
No, you're not listening.
Yeah.
You're not listening.
Yeah.
It didn't put them on the map. It was a big boost for the Australian tourism board.
Oh, economy. I see. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It was a cultural movie. People love that movie, and they think of Australia. They think of Australia as today. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah. That's still a classic. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So
sure.
he's talking about that way.
Paul Hogan. But you know, no one really Americans didn't really know about Australia. They didn't, you got to check that bird out, man.
Not for nothing, but I knew about Australia before Crocodile Dundee. Yes, what Paul just said. When the movie came out, I'm sure that it gave him a boost over there. But Australia's been around for a long time, even before Crocodile Dundee. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I've seen it and heard it all the time growing up. They're everywhere.
Oh. Hey, Sam.
A few moments later.
I expect to be in one of these funny videos because, like, everybody else gets the funny videos. Mike over here, he gets like 400 channels made about.
But I think I don't know if it's laughing with so much as at. I don't know if it's laughing with so much as at.
It's at. Yes, we're not. It's not with. It's at. Speaking for myself.
I don't know if it's laughing with so much as at. We all know.
What up, Moose? Long time no see, bro.
I know.
Tommy,
you guys brothers? You guys look like twins.
Almost, man. Look.
He's got a
Who,
beard.
Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Moose,
kind of.
Moose D.
The face shape.
What's going on?
Looking man, what can I say?
Hey, man, you know. You handsome
What's up,
bastard.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy
What's
rocking
up,
the
guys?
white, looking all fly and shit. Get out of here, man. Walking around.
Oh my God, is he complimenting men again? Is he doing that thing again with the compliments? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the, I'll take 2 slices. I'll take 2.
Oh.
Tommy, isn't it great being Italian? Isn't it the best thing in the world? It's just the best thing. There's a theory. Do you think when animals wash up on shore, fish wash like whales and dolphins, they had a couple dolphins wash up on shore, which is very, very rare. Whales and sharks. Do you think it's some kind of weather events happening?
A cloud seeding, maybe.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
cloud seeding could
Hold
cause
on.
it.
Queen of asking questions like the most open-ended fucking questions ever. Like literally,
Well,
dude.
listen,
Could you be any more fucking general than that?
What's your favorite color?
Yes.
Hold on. If the
Think
current
with your
all-time
brain.
favorite movie?
I'm tired of this guy not thinking with his brain.
Okay.
Well, you can't
I got a
control
serious
that,
question.
though.
I got a
Hold
serious
on, I had
question.
something.
You're going to get very frustrated.
Lanza, if there was
What's your favorite food?
if there was 100 cocks on the wall, how many?
Well, Mikey doesn't think with his brain. He thinks with his itchy balls. That's why he's always scratching them.
Would you choke on, Lanza?
See, this is the type of stuff I'm supposed to be moderating.
No, it's
For
a
some
trick
reason,
question.
Lanza and Moose get away with it.
A few moments later.
What
I get that
terrorist
confused with
wants-
Soul Plane.
Like, that was kind of weird. Like, snakes on a plane. Like, a terrorist is going to use snakes to bring a plane down. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like far-fetched.
we all know the snakes are underground. Even Jeff knows.
Come on. Don't diss snakes. in the
They
flame.
make
That's
it
a
obvious when they
movie.
make their underground temple in the shape of a snake.
Hello?
My bad. That movie was horrible, by the way. Snakes on the Plane. If that's what they were talking about. Oh, Samuel
Yeah,
Jackson. I think he got paid a whole bunch of money to make that movie, but that was the worst plot snakes getting loose on a plane. Of course,
that's what makes it brilliant.
And what do you think is gonna happen? A whole bunch of snakes on a fucking plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the movie with Brad Pitt where it was the zombies? What was
Oh
that
my
movie?
god, another movie.
You just have thoughts and then say them out loud before filtering them to care to see if anyone else will care.
Because there was a scene in that movie where the zombies were
Everything's a movie.
people.
Did he just make fun of somebody? Have you seen?
The hell?
The movie with Brad Pitt where it was the zombies. What was that movie?
World War Z.
You just have thoughts and then say them out loud before filtering them to care to see if anyone else will care.
Because there was a scene in that movie where the zombies were people on a plane. That's the whole relevance of it.
Oh, zombies in World War Z.
Was it 28 days?
Oh, 28 days later?
It wasn't 28 days. It wasn't 28 days.
I like those 28
days.
I don't watch zombie movies.
Generation
Yeah,
Z.
World War Z.
Something Z. Yeah.
World War Z.
But
not
like
everything's a movie.
Oh, he's right. World War Z. Brad Pitt was in that. You're right.
Yeah. These zombies are attacking people on the plane. It was the craziest plane thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
I never saw it. I didn't know that was about
it was crazy, right? It was crazy, right? Wombat?
It was so real.
It was so authentic. I mean, it was 100% authentic. It really happened.
It was like as authentic as your mom's New York Italian cooking.
Do you talk about my mother?
Oh my god, that's funny as fuck.
Well, my mom has authentic.
No, I just figured she cooked Italian. Is that an insult to an idiot?
My mother's not here, so why would you talk about my mother? We're talking about a
It is an insult to
Because
an
they don't
idiot.
like you, Mike. You're their
Yes,
local.
Where's your mother?
That's what I said. They
Calm
can't
down,
help
Mike. It's
themselves.
okay.
All right,
Where's
he
your
didn't know. Mike, he didn't know.
Calm down.
Hey, let's not break family.
Where's your son? Where's your son?
Where's your mother?
Where's your son?
My mom cooked
What's going on, Leggy? From the 207?
Italian food. My mom.
Did I catch everybody? Is that
Breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
Again.
Are those the
I
two
think so.
so far? Okay.
Yeah.
Let them
but
simmer for a little
maybe
while.
they just need a little time. I'll bring them back.
A few moments later.
I have to tell you one thing, and I'm going to be very
Just one
respectful.
thing? Just
Jeff,
one
I'm gonna be
thing?
very
Well, see, Wombat, you doing it now. Hang on.
I'm going to be very respectful.
I'm going to let him get his one thing out. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wombat's obsession is dangerous.
I didn't know you were. Hang on. I didn't know you were talking about one. I didn't know that was going to be your one thing.
Yeah. So Wombat,
that drama's
your
over.
Your
Or y'all
obsession
can
is
take it in Discord or something.
No, I don't go on Discord. I don't do that. But I think that you need to have, if you're going to come up on Jeff's panel, show him respect and don't be like this. That's all. Have a conversation.
Right, but you do it too. Like that's what I'm saying. You
I
all do
don't.
it.
Jeff, I back off all the time. I back off all the time. I always.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point, Tommy. What is a dangerous obsession? Why does he say that we, that we're?
Yeah,
Never
Wombat's
mind.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't like Wombat. Sorry. He's
No,
nasty.
but that weird obsession thing that he calls people, is a weird obsession. No, you're the fucking weird one. If anybody's
I think
weird,
they're both weird. Sorry.
Back off.
But just like I don't want you being the topic, like I don't want you being the show. I don't
That's
want
right.
Wombat being the whole topic.
But
either.
there's
I
an
want
unhealthy.
all of us to be participating in some larger conversation.
But I think that in some people in generality, some people have an unhealthy obsession with other people. And I think it's
Yeah, but we know all that. Like we've covered all that. I just want to have a regular conversation now about
Let's do it.
alligators or whatever topic.
Yeah.
Well,
I think,
Wombat goes up
also
there
would
and
be a good
has.
speaker.
Sorry.
Speaker of the House. I think she'd be the best speaker.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Wombat does go up there and have intelligent conversations when Mike's not there.
Yeah, he does. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do. And just because Mike thinks that someone's in the same space as him at the same time, he thinks that they're obsessed with him. No, people are just sharing a channel. having conversations. Just because you're there doesn't mean they're obsessed with you. You just happen to be in the same place at the same time.
Exactly. Now,
there are some that are obsessed with him. I will give him that. And some that are nasty on purpose and wouldn't be there, but otherwise. However, a lot of people like Combat and most of the people Mike is referring to, I've seen them there having just conversations, enjoying the channel when Mike's not there.
Yeah.
I think Mike throws a rod for his own back on sometimes.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what I see is that when people come up that, even Capgun, shout out to Capgun. He goes up there, he's not even coming at Mike, and all of a sudden Mike will take a swing at him because he's paranoid. So he kind of preemptive strikes, you know what I mean? He kind of swings before it gets swung on sometimes. It's not always people going up there. A Combat will go up there and just be chilling, and just his presence there bothers Mike. Obviously, it bothers him, Mike. So that's what goes on sometimes.
He's a great speaker.
Is she even a rep?
But she still,
Leggy.
yeah.
I mean,
but Speaker of the House is the only thing in government that you have to be elected by your peers, not the voters. So but remember, Speaker of the House is third in line for the presidency. It's the only non-elected official that can actually be the president. Does that make sense?
No,
yep, they can keep swapping them out
officials.
like the Republicans did.
You look
with
at
what's his face.
Oh, sorry, Jim. If you look at the whole presidential chain of succession, there's tons of them that are not elected. All the cabinet members, right?
Who's third? Wombat? Who's third in line?
Let's see. It's going to be the vice president. Then it's the speaker. Secretary of State's not elected.
All I said was third in line. That's the only thing I
know. You said it's the only one that's not
This is an attempt at debunking Combat, I guess.
Elected.
That's not elected. They have to be nominated.
It's elected. You said elected.
No, the voters, the American voters.
No, there's a whole bunch of them after that. All these secretaries.
There's a whole bunch that are not elected.
Agriculture,
Secretary of State, Treasury, Defense, Attorney General.
Yeah. I know, right?
I think the speaker might be the only elected one.
And technically, is the vice president even elected, or is that just part of it?
No, the vice president goes along with. They vote for both, you know. With the president, and then the cabinet.
That's a great question, Shay Sky. I don't know about too much about politics and stuff like that. Elected versus Speaker of the House is elected. Do you know anything about that, Paul?
I don't know anything about the US political system, but surely the Speaker of the House has got to be elected within.
Within, right? So who does? So when a new president comes in, they have to pretty much hire these people. They have to be elected too, right?
I am not
Weren't
too
they
sure.
elected inside, like in-house?
Yeah, it'd be elected by the senators
and then appointed
people like that.
Appointed is better. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm Canadian. I don't even know jack shit. But it's not just like, I'm going to pick my bestie. Yeah.
When you vote and you vote for the president, you're voting for who's running the vice president. But you don't vote for the Speaker of the House. Have you ever had a ballot where you voted for the Speaker of the House?
Oh, there goes Senior Citizen South. Senior Citizen South. Speaker is elected to Congress by the Congress. There you go. Shout out to Senior
That's right.
Citizen South.
Exactly.
They're elected. They're an elected representative. They have to be elected into the House.
So he can't
have a speaker that's not a member of the
House. decides, votes on the speaker.
The House decides, not the voters.
By the way, go check out Senior Citizen South channel. He has a lot of funny stuff.
But the voter that's part of what the voters are electing them to
exactly
to represent them as well. So it's part of representing the people that elected them as representatives.
You're voting for your leader.
Look at all the chirpers.
Having faith in them to vote for and appoint their party. The party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that gerbil noise? What's he doing?
He's doing that. Let me go back. This motherfucker.
He's doing that.
Why are you doing that?
I just like when he does this. Yeah, he calls the chat birds. Obviously, he's like he's a moron.
Nothing's happening.
Goofball.
It's fucking goofball stuff that
voters are electing them to represent, to represent them as well. So it's part of representing the people that elected them as representatives.
Look at all the chirpers.
Now, why the hands though? Why the hands? He looks like a moron.
Wackadoo.
But go ahead, gentlemen. I'll
Nothing's happening.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
I really feel
no one
like
said
Trump,
anything.
there's bad press on everybody. I mean, is it legit?
I think he's a good speaker of the House. That's what I think.
No,
I think he represented this House as a good speaking guy. That's what I thought.
All right,
What
that's
did he
fair.
do good as speaker?
What
Why
did he
is
do
he?
bad?
Why
What
is
did he
he
do bad?
good as a speaker?
What did he do bad?
Yeah. Remember the guy
No,
wasn't
you're
here.
asking me
when
what he
he
did.
was
Who are we
What
talking
did he do
about?
bad?
I don't know anything
Newt
about it.
Gingrich. Newt Gingrich was
He
around
did
in like
the
the 80s.
what was? Welcome
What if
back.
Newt's been to Haiti? Do you think Newt ever went to Haiti?
You are instigating.
I don't know, but why do you keep touching your face? I mean, like the coke not hitting hard enough? What's going on?
Oh,
What
would
does
you
that-
prefer I pick my nose?
What does that even mean? The coke is not hitting hard enough. The hell?
He's saying he's on. He's taking the white snow.
Anybody else?
Oh, I see.
Breaking news: Mike Cerrone got kicked off of paneling.
Breaking news: Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
Oh man, that was good stuff. All right, oops. All right. What did I do? What did I do?
I'm in the Republic. I've been to Big Republic twice. You know.
Shout out to YouTube Cars. YouTube Cars and Light. I think I have one of his, but that's his style has caught on. Obviously, a lot of people are I look up to his style of doing his edits and all that. So shout out to YouTube Cars and Large.
Oh, whoever that is brilliant with everything.
Yeah, he's masterful.
Movie
for sure.
level.
Oh, I've spoken today.
Even if you don't like
What
the
was that?
content, you have to love the way.
Absolutely, the editing is just on time. Go
Top
ahead.
shelf.
So I have spoken today to somebody that is close to me,
Right.
and I showed them a video of HB, and this person is ex-police for a number of years. He was in the police force.
Was it Mike Cerrone?
No, they,
sorry.
no, it was definitely not Mike
My
Cerrone.
bad.
No, don't worry. It
Sorry.
took me a while. It's like you, the growing of chickens.
Sorry.
Okay, so I've spoken to somebody who's close to me. They served in the police force. I showed them a video of HB talking to the way he does to people.
The monkey.
The monkey.
Yeah.
She initially was horrified.
Yeah.
We worked out different scenarios, but one of the scenarios, it was the first one I thought of, and if this ever happened in Britain, the way you'd done that, he'd be arrested for grooming. He may not get a custodial sentence, but he'd be put on the register.
Wow. No,
I don't. I think I put on a comment. I don't know, somebody. I think on Chicky KT's. I don't think he's taking this serious. I don't think he's taking this serious at all. I think he thinks this is some type of joke or something. Yeah,
if he'd done this in Britain and the way he talks, he'd be arrested. He wouldn't maybe not get a custodial sentence like imprisonment.
Yeah.
But he'll get put on the register.
Yeah,
and
but
that
I wonder if it's more stricter from state to state or how that. I don't know how that works, obviously, but yeah, I believe what you say, Paul. Yeah, I mean, a lot of countries don't want even. He'll be dragged out of his house and thrown in prison. But I don't know how it works from the laws from state to state. They should be close to the same. You know what I mean? I've seen enough YouTube programs where they take these people that do it, that cyber, whatever you want to call that what he's doing, and grooming or whatever you want to call it, and they lock them up. They actually throw charges at him, and they. Yeah.
He may not think he's grooming, but this would be happened if this happened in England. Also, saying I was joking is not a defense of the law.
No.
All right. Yeah. Well, when you tell a child, I didn't want to get into this. When you tell a child, do you want me to all over your face? That's not, as a grown adult, you shouldn't be saying that to a child. So,
in fact, what she said was,
Yeah.
The
I don't know where.
police could go, the
Oh,
police
there's a
could
lot
take
worse.
the police should go and take his computer away and look at his hard drive.
Yeah.
Because the
And
first
Lord
words
forbid he has any
then,
type of craziness in there, because people just got in charge. I know this. You to be a child predator, okay, which is the most disgusting, they belong under the jail. You don't actually have to, if you have anything stupid, anything disgusting on your computer, that your computer could put you in fucking jail forever. Okay,
yes.
so yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even he's wiped it off, it's still on the computer.
Oh no, it's
Oh
you
yeah.
can't scrub that. You can't scrub that. You can't scrub that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. Just because you delete it and think you
No,
scrubbed it.
it's there.
No,
They
it's there.
have professionals
There
that'll dig it up forever.
Well, here, I wish there was a way to like highlight, have little spotlights dancing.
Well,
around.
that's a good point, Senator. So nobody's pressed charges or anything. So we're just talking in general.
Comment.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Even that seems
great,
condescending. But I think I'm trying to think of all the people made fun of, and so they had some like mentally undeveloped people that got made fun of. But then the other ones were the
Oh my
Pentecostal
God.
girls. They had a group of
Forgot
they
to-
were a family.
Okay.
And they had the denim skirts, no makeup, long hair down to the butt. They got made fun of a lot and picked up. They were the scapegoat. They were the locals, and they were the scapegoat. And I befriended them because I recognized that treatment.
Oh my God.
And I could not stand to see somebody else go through it. And so maybe this goes way back.
Mike posted there. Wow. Jeff's talk is really nasty. I'm trying not to look at Mike.
Maybe if Mike's a local, it's triggering my instinct to protect
Ew.
the underdog.
Yeah.
I work in mental health, and that is not my impression. Like I'm not a therapist or anything, and I think we could all benefit from therapy when we need it. He does not fall outside of my range of normal conversations I've had with mental health people. Drugs.
Leggy. Did I bring Leggy up? Leg, what's going on, brother? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Chilling.
Doing good.
Good to see you, brother. Yeah.
Good to see you too.
Good to
going
see you
on?
back, brother. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, you're doing my thing. Checking my videos out. Oh, well, these people's videos. Just reaction.
Hi, Leggy.
I'm not that is outside of my area of expertise. I'm not a substance use person really, unless it's maybe a psychedelic. I could trip sit, or if somebody's on weed. But I can't speak to the drug thing. But again, there's nothing that strikes me. I've worked with people that were on drugs. There's nothing about Mike that sets off my alarms of anything I have to worry about. Now, what might is possibly the neurodivergence. Like I could see him being a little special ed kid, and I think
Grumpy drunk. How's your Friday, Grumpy? How you doing,
He's
brother?
gonna flap his face.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty.
Hey,
Every time I
Leggy.
see him,
Grumpy.
every time I see him slap his face, I wonder what's making him act out like that, because that's just not regular crazy. There's
No.
more to Mike than what we know, and we're not. Nobody here is a professional. We're just guessing. What is it? The drinking? Because drunk people do kind of are violent sometimes and hit people and themselves sometimes. It
No,
could be the
that's
alcohol.
more of a psychological thing.
Angel.
You think so? Yeah.
Even picking your nose is a psychological disorder.
Oh my God.
I know it's true.
Yeah.
There's a certain
Angel?
word to it. Hold on.
Yeah.
I never
Go ahead, Ladybug.
saw what led up to that. What led up to him smacking himself in the face? Was there was he on a panel? Something was being said? I've never
I think
seen
what
the clip.
happened. Yeah, I think what happened is that he thought his first of all, I think he thought his cam was down, and then when it got exposed or it got spread around, I think somebody asked him, and he actually said that he had a toothache. Now,
But what was being talked about that led him?
he
to that?
was. I think he was bored or something, but he left his cam on. He left his cam
There's
on.
nothing really going on. It just was a behavior. Or just
so I don't know if he was
random.
frustrated at the conversation on panel, or
Well, that's what I mean.
But
What was
according to
being
him,
talked about?
it was a true thing. That this comes.
Well, we know he's not going to tell the truth, but I wondered what
That's
being
what
talked about.
You have a toothache, so you're gonna slap yourself in the face.
Exactly, Lucky. That's my voice. You're gonna add more pain to the already pain you already
I've
have.
never given birth, but next to that, tooth pain's probably the worst thing out there. I don't give a fuck how big and bad you think you are. It will take you to the fucking
Oh
ground.
no!
Your knees.
Listen, our buddy Paul right now. I've had the ear tooth thing going both at the same time, and it'll drive you nuts. But not. I don't think it'll make me slap myself or run
No,
into
it's
a wall.
not made me
I
slap myself.
don't think that would. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't help.
So
I mean, now if he's on some bath salts or something.
Yeah.
So I put there's an actual psychological or disorder when you pick your nose, and I put the name in the private chat because I can't pronounce this name. For the love of God.
Yeah. Really, it's a thing. Then it's a
Yeah,
psychological
thing.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
a
that.
proper thing. Yeah, have a look in the private chat, mate. I put it up.
You know what? I've never seen people just randomly in public pick their noses. I mean, unless I'm trying to think real hard if it on a bus or maybe in public. I've never seen anybody actually just go up in their nose like nobody's. Mike is doing it like nobody's watching. That's what makes it really weird.
Dude, I
you
can
know,
remember.
you got and it's forever on YouTube. So that self-awareness that I'm always talking about that people fail to have. A lot of
I've just put it in the chat there.
I don't do that in private.
That's how you get the protein.
Yeah, if anybody can pronounce that name, please do
I
it
went to
because I don't
school
know
with this
how.
girl.
Okay.
I put it in
Where's
the
his
chat there.
booger rag?
Yeah. You just made me nauseous. The grumpy his protein.
I don't do that in private. Like, doesn't he have a snot rag? Like a booger rag?
I don't know.
That he usually uses?
Yes.
I digress.
Well, it's not only that he picks his nose, people. Now, have you not been paying
ate it.
attention? He eats
ate it.
Okay.
Oh my
he puts
God.
it under his nail and he scrapes it off from under his nails and he eats it like a fucking moron, like a monkey would. You know,
And he
only
never
like
once
a
did
monkey
that.
would. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
raised a boy to 18 years of age, and he's never once picked his nose and ate it.
Yeah, this moron
Ever.
is eating
Once.
his boogers on panel. Yeah.
Some of
I
my
grew up with
experience
farmers,
there
and I didn't do
might
that.
Yeah.
be noticing things, but outside of that, like I'm not seeing what everyone else is seeing.
Blind.
I said I could see. I have no difficulty seeing him as one, but this is Outliers in Exile. I have no problem seeing 99% of this panel as sped kids because I think they all are.
Blinded.
Well, if anybody has anything else they want to talk about other than Mike, I think
Other than Mike.
this locale as long as I can.
You just call him a little cow.
Like I
Pretty
said,
much.
he's not my locale.
It's not my little cow.
Well,
Great, he's ours.
y'all are good teachers. I'm learning. Now, if I could get some actual milk.
Oh no.
Yep.
Was that a Mikey
like,
reference?
again, it cost me nothing to give attention
So-
to people. That's what I do here.
I'm gonna try to
Now,
pronounce.
somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna try to
And after
pronounce
that,
this
I want to ask you a question about Jeff's name. I don't know what the fuck that means. but go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm going to try to pronounce the disorder. It's a psychological disorder where people pick their noses. It is rhinotillexomania.
Rolotillexomania.
Rhino.
Rhino, like in yeah. Okay.
Yeah, lexomania.
Rhinotillexomania.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next time I see my grandchild, one of my grandkids pick his nose, I'm like, stop that rhinotillexomania. Okay, stop it.
I kind of like the rototill. Like your rototill in your nose.
Yeah, but I think that's like a person that's doing it. Like Paul said, it's a condition. It's a mental condition. So it's like they're doing it. I think they don't even know they're doing it in a way. If you look up that definition, I'm pretty sure
Maybe it's
it
an
says
Italian,
somewhere that they're not aware that they're actually doing that. I don't know.
the Sicilian
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
a Sicilian thing, yeah.
I don't think that's a Sicilian thing.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
back to
think
Jeff.
so either.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Paul. What is Jeff's his name of his channel is Exile and something else. What is that? What does that even mean?
Well, I don't know if you. Let me have a look.
Well, I
The
know.
name of his channel is is
I know.
Exile something. What is it? What is it?
It's
lady?
because they watch Survivor. Like
Uh-huh.
they're like a Survivor. Like they group watch the Survivor and Exiled.
Oh,
You know the TV show
yeah.
Survivor
Yeah.
in
Right.
Exile.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what his like. Some of it's just Gen X Jeff, but then when
Yeah.
they're doing like a Survivor episode, I believe that's what
Mhm.
it's referring to. Just
Oh,
the
okay.
TV show.
I was Benny. I went up there the other day really quickly. I had it on my mind to ask him, but I was there too. I was just there about a minute or two. So I
Yeah,
didn't get that.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's because they are group watchers of the Survivor show. Like,
I don't watch a lot of Survivor, so I wouldn't.
No,
I watch it maybe when it first came out years ago.
Me
But
too.
yeah, I'm not.
Me too. But they're like
So
huge
when I
fans.
get tired of it,
yeah,
I stop doing it. Sometimes I do in the panel. Right, but there's like that's not unusual for the maladaptive behavior is not unusual. It's kind of the norm in the panelverse. So I don't know why this one person is getting singled out for things that like you could pick.
I don't
10.
think he still gets it, right? I don't think he'll ever get it. I don't think he'll get the.
remember.
Would he, only until he sees the other side, which when he's in Mike's crosshairs and Mike starts in on him, he'll probably hopefully he'll understand why is it that we
Jeff has only known Mike for what, a month?
a month maybe.
We've
and that
known
may
him
be a
for
little
2
bit
years.
Yeah.
And it took him 2 years. Like the first month we knew him, we thought he was like kind of weird, but
Yeah.
you know, we gave him the benefit of the doubt till he
Right.
proved us wrong, and he did. And he will to Jeff.
And
It's only a matter of time.
I'm sure
you got to remember, Jeff's he's autistic, so his wiring is a bit different. He sees things differently too.
Yeah, I forget that. You know that I always forget that. I forget that he's autistic and all that.
He's
And then
high functioning.
I think it was AC whatever that he probably sees things in a different way that you know what I mean. So yeah, I think he's dude. I don't see any. The only thing I don't like is the caping of Mike. He overprotects Mike, in my opinion. But
I
that's his
think he's
channel.
enjoying it, and he knows exactly what he's doing. It's bringing him views. It's bringing him numbers. Now he's making money off it. So good for fucking him. I think he's smarter than the rest of us.
Yes, he
If
got
I'm
monetized pretty
quite
quick there with
honest,
Mikey on panel. You damn right. Yeah, I
if I'm
think he
being
knows what he's
honest, I think he's smarter than the rest of us.
doing. Yeah.
And he's now making money off it. So
that have the same
I don't
thing.
think he's missing a beat.
Diversify
No,
your
he's definitely not.
portfolio with, I guess.
All right, so we have
Certain point where there's
one of my favorite
homes
channels.
on the beat.
Let me start over. We have a YouTube Cars and Liars from a couple of days ago, I think.
Oh, this is my favorite channel.
I always
for
save
yours.
the best. I always say
Except for yours.
I always save the best for last. So here we go.
My favorite, my absolute favorite class was history. I'm a history.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Don't know much about history.
I love learning
He's a
about
historian.
how things used to be and how we progressed.
What was your favorite history class? Like, because
Well,
we had American history, world history, etc.
I'd probably say world history.
Don't know much about history.
Learning about other cultures, learning about different things. But I would probably say world history. Learning about how other civilizations lived, their different tribalisms, their different customs, as we would say. You know, just it's amazing.
Not all cultures had tribes. Am I right, Paul?
Yeah, not all cultures had tribes. Some were advanced civilizations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not sure, Jeff, if you've been around the world. I've been around the world a few times.
Oh yeah, right.
Been around the world and I don't know shit. Yeah, he doesn't know shit.
I've been around the world a few times, on vacations, things like that. But when you go outside the United States,
going around the world and going to motherfucking Mexico is not going around the world, Mikey. That's just crossing a border, That's not going around the world, Mikey.
Mikey's a liar.
I'm talking about Canada or something like that. I'm talking about like when you go to like a.
Does Mexico count?
Mexico, I would say half and half. I'd say half and half. I even went into Haiti, which is like unheard of. You're not supposed to go into there,
That's why they had the voodoo.
Now, why can't you go to Haiti? Why did he say that?
Haiti's got a thriving tourist trade. It does 180 odd million. Yeah, and it's going to progress into 2029. It's going to progress to 8.2%.
But I think Haiti is right next to Santo Domingo, isn't it?
Haiti's next to the Dominican Republic.
Right. All right, I don't know. He makes it sound like it's like it's a place that's really dangerous. I wouldn't know. I don't know enough. But he made it seem like a place.
Some parts of Haiti are dangerous. It is still ravaged from what the natural disaster it had, but its tourist trade is doing well at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Dude, growing up, Haiti was always scary because that's where all the voodoo people were.
But seeing the way.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Jeff.
I'll give you an example. Jeff, I'll give you an example. Jeff, I'll give you an example. So I go to Dominican Republic the first time, right? I go the first time. And you get off the plane, and the airport is tiny. It looks like a mini mart. That's how small the airport was in Punta Cana. And you go through customs and all this other stuff. And you get on a bus because you're going to an all-exclusive resort. So you're going to go to a resort.
This is in Haiti?
No, this is in Dominican Republic.
Where did you go in Haiti?
Which borders Haiti.
Right.
Borders.
There's the same island.
Where did you fly into in Haiti, Mike?
So going through the town.
That's a good question. So he's, what Combat's asking. Where did he fly into Haiti? What airport? I'm assuming that's what he's asking, right?
Excuse me. Going through the town.
Hey, we're not gonna.
Yeah. Excuse me. But what I'm trying to say, Jeff, is going through the town. You're driving past people living in cardboard or, I would say, particle board shacks, right? And then you pass a certain point where there's home.
Like I said earlier, I just don't believe that that's the layout of that. No,
It's
you
not,
don't
I've been
see.
there.
No, it just doesn't.
I've been there.
Yeah, well, that's right. There you go. Ladybug's been there. You don't see right off the fucking airport a whole bunch of cardboard boxes, and then you get to your resort, all inclusive or exclusive, whatever. It's a fucking lie. Yeah.
Was on the beach.
That happens here in Seattle too.
Yeah, you pass by shambles, and then you get to the resort, and it's like you're in heaven. So what I'm trying to say is that some of these countries, it's so
they have a Walmart.
Inappropriate, like it's disappropriation, like people live in.
But you can see that
he makes it. Mike is he's such an exaggerator of everything,
Not
right?
like that
He makes
at
it
all.
seem like they don't have electricity, they don't have running water. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Here too in America. You can see that here too in America. You can see that here too in America. I'm just saying that stratification.
But out of the United States,
what's disappropriation?
Yeah,
but out of the United
Go ahead.
You don't see one of the resorts that he was talking about.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Don't see one of the resorts he was talking about.
Oh, that he was asking about the resorts. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I could I've got a picture up of some of the resorts, and trust me, it looks like heaven to me.
I've been there like
It's got to be really classy.
3 times.
Listen,
class
most of those
isn't the word, mate. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's like a normal city. You drive in, and there's like their type of Walmart, and there's grocery stores, and it's a highway.
Yeah, and the sky is blue.
Go down into the slums.
The sand is white, and the ocean is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely beautiful out there.
Yeah. Somebody was just asking me, they wanted to go to Puerto Rico, and I said, you're going to have a good time because they live off the tourist money. Obviously, you're going to get treated really nice. People are really friendly. The resorts are really, really fucking nice. I can honestly say I haven't been to Santo Domingo or these other tourist places, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Really beautiful. Everything is really nice, and it's almost like heaven. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think it's
Same, Angel. Same as going into the Dominican. You get off. It's a smaller airport. You get off on the tarmac, but it's not like a mini mart. Like it's a big airport where you go through proper security. It's no different. It's just different from here, but it's normal to any Caribbean city you go to. Like it's not like you get heliported into like a freaking jungle. Like it's not like that at all.
It's just Mikey's way of fucking explaining stuff. And I really doubt. I really doubt he's been on vacation or anything. I think his ex-wife did though. She took a boat with his boyfriend, and she got some bones.
If he'd been there, he would know what it looks like, and that's not.
Of course he would. Of course he would.
I'm looking at
Otherwise, tourists wouldn't go there.
Yeah, looking at places in Haiti too.
People wouldn't spend thousands of dollars to go there.
Haiti's pretty much beautiful. It's really poor.
Oh,
I know. I've heard it's been.
And I've been to Cuba several times. So I've been to the slummiest of the slums.
Yeah.
And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I just know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, but of course I think my point is that they're gonna treat the tourists really, really nice because that's where the money's at.
Oh,
in Puerto Rico, they protect the tourists. It's really, really. I mean, you're safe in Puerto Rico because the police go extra especially when it comes to the tourists. They protect them because if you scare off the tourists, you scare off the fucking money that helps the.
When we were in the Dominican, my husband and I got married in the Dominican, actually, on the beach.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah.
And they had armed guards at the end of the beach. And it was so funny because the wild horses kept coming around the bushes. And the armed guards didn't even lift their guns to them. They kept running and chasing them away. It was quite hysterical. But
but that's got to be that's a hell of a way of a marriage. You know what I mean? To get married in the Caribbean like that, and it's
on the beach, it was just gorgeous. We were right along the side of our resort, and at the end of our resort was like the village.
Yeah.
And like they had wild horses that you could go. They weren't wild horses, but they were horses, and they don't tie them up or barn them. So they kept coming and peeking around the bushes and coming, and they'd run into the water to get away from the guards, and the guards were chasing them into the water. It was absolutely hysterical. And then of course we went and rode the horses after.
It sounds amazing.
But there's no like getting off into a little mini mart and driving through.
Yeah.
Mikey's full of shit
like he always is.
And if he'd been there, he would know what it looks like, and that's not what it looked like.
Listen, he goes to an all-inclusive resort, and all he remembers is the fucking slaughter and the poor people. Give me a fucking break, Mike. You lying ass. Yeah.
He has no idea, and I bet he never got on.
It was shocking to me to see. I almost felt embarrassed being on a resort where all the food is free, where you can gamble, where you can do anything you want on this resort. But 1 mile, 2 miles down the road, people are living in shacks.
Yeah,
it's just
that's how Vegas was too. That's how Vegas was too.
Yeah,
and they kept all the homeless people off the strip because they didn't want the tourists to see them.
It's eye-opening. It's an eye-opening experience to go.
That's to my point. I didn't know that about Vegas. So yes, most countries
everywhere
are not gonna let you see that. You know what I mean? Coming in on the coming off the airport, you're not going to see that. That's going to be down somewhere. Yeah, it's not the first thing you're going to see is homeless people. It's a fucking bullshit.
Living in cardboard boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
With a cow
outside the United States. A lot of people live there.
I see that in the United States. Like that, all I'm saying is you don't have to go out of the U.S. to see that. You don't have to go out of the U.S. to see that, to have that eye-opening experience. Because my eyes have been opened here in the U.S. about the same type of stuff.
Right. So you'd walk outside
of American culture.
Can I speak? It's okay if I speak?
Okay, we're not going to be able to have both people on at the same time. So what are we going to do? Do I do a poll?
Yeah, but it's funny when you would step outside of the resort.
Hang on. Before we continue, I got to figure this out. Wombat, did you have a topic?
I heard talking about world travel and going around the world, and of.
I would love to talk
Yes,
about
I thought
that.
I'd
I
come
don't
up.
think you and Mike are gonna be able to talk about it on
Okay.
the same street.
I'm fine.
So I'm
I'm
not sure
fine.
what
I'm
to
fine.
do because
I'm completely. I'm Jeff. I'm
you want to
completely- I'm
rotate like
completely-
I can hear you around the
No, I'll
world, and then I
drop.
could break
I'll drop,
Wombat
Jeff.
and hear his.
I'll let Mike talk about how he's never been to Haiti. He thinks
I'm
Dutch
sorry?
people are in Belize.
Okay.
Well, but I don't want this to
Just
be
give me
the
1
Mike
minute.
show, like the
Yeah, sorry. Just give me 1
criticize
minute,
Mike
then
show.
I'll drop. So
I've
Mike's
been to
never been
Belize.
to Haiti.
I've been to Belize. Have you? Have you been to Belize?
No, you haven't. You said it's full of Dutch people.
It's the Netherlands.
All right, let's get it straight. I don't know what the fuck Belize is. Where is Belize?
Belize is South America.
Oh, okay. So it's a Latin American country, right? Oh no.
It was called British Belize, and it's in South America.
Yeah, but what's the language there?
I'm looking. The official language is English
Okay. All
because
right. I gotta look it up in a minute.
it was British Honduras changed into Belize.
I see. All right, I gotta look. I never even heard of Belize, so yeah. I don't pretend to know places that I don't fucking know about. Okay.
It's when
It's the
the British
Netherlands.
Army. It's where the British Army go and do their jungle training.
I've heard of it and stuff like that. But I never actually know where's that at in the map. Now that you said that, I'll probably just take a look, see where it's actually at.
It's the Netherlands. It's the Netherlands. It's the Netherlands.
If you've been to Belize, you'd know it's never
Central America.
The world
Oh, there it
split
is.
up into
Guatemala.
continents,
Okay. All right, so it's next right here. It's Guatemala, Honduras, Salvador,
Yep.
Guatemala, Chiapas. Okay, all right. It's right. It's surrounded by a lot of Spanish-speaking countries. You see that? Guatemala, Honduras, and all that. It's yeah. I won't be surprised they talk some type of Spanish. No, could I be wrong?
No, it's because it was owned by Britain. The official language is
Is English? Okay.
is English.
All right. Okay. Good stuff. I was gonna look at the map, but YouTube Cars and Liars saved me the trouble. Okay.
And if you get the gist, we're gonna make a list from biggest to small. They are Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica.
Oh, I see. He's debunking in the Netherlands. Mikey said it's the Netherlands, and with the Netherlands, you got a whole ocean between. What the fuck he's talking about? My God, Mikey, you're not a little bit off. You're way the fuck off, Mikey. Yes, your compass is. Yeah, get that. Yeah, throw that out. Buy you a new compass.
Europe, and finally Australia.
I've been to Belize. I've been to Belize. Have you? Have you been to Belize?
And now, the nations of the world.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too. Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait, and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, England, Denmark, and Spain. Then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
It's the Netherlands. It's the Netherlands. It's the Netherlands. It's not a Dutch colony?
Yeah, we're gonna try again. I don't want this on my show.
Disrespectful.
It's funny that you getting upset.
You know what, Mike? I've had enough.
It's gonna be like breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off of paneling.
Breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
Good stuff.
Yeah, he's acting like a little Tommy.
This is not what I started up the stream to do. Not even for 1 minute, unless y'all want to pay. Now there is 99.
Jeff says this almost every streaming. He always says, well, I didn't start up a stream for this. If you're gonna have Mikey up there, it's bound to happen sooner or later. 2 hour, 3 hour stream something is gonna go amiss when Mikey's up there. Go ahead, Paul.
I'm going to step down, guys. I'm just going to give try to get some sleep with this toothache. But
all right, Paul. Listen, man. I hope you feel better. Listen, a hot water bottle. I don't know if you have one. I mean, you know, yeah.
I usually I
so.
usually take a swig of whiskey, but I haven't got any whiskey.
Ah, shit. Yeah, that kind of helps too. Yeah, you hold it in your mouth and kind of do swish it
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. Well,
well,
listen, dude. I hope you feel better, man. I really do.
oh, we'll
I
do.
know
We'll do.
it's hard to figure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Take
right,
care,
my
lady.
brother. You take care.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do. Thank you. Bye bye.
99 in the bank from I forgot who was it, Pat. So if Pat okays it and y'all want to use that and clear that off, that's fine. But this is not. I'd like for people to respect what I'm trying to do with this channel.
Few inches
Inches.
later.
It didn't seem like. I guess my real point is I have no idea. I have no way to verify anything you're saying because I've been on the internet for the last almost 5 years for so long that I have no idea how things are in the real world anymore.
And all of a sudden now we're friends again. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Hate bonding, I think, it's like a mental problem. It's like you're assimilating with someone that you didn't like a little while ago, but now you're friends with them again.
Well, something that you've done for a while at Ham Bananas, Mikey. You've been over there. Hate bonding. Yes, you do it. So you have a mental issue then.
And so you
I
can
still don't
tackle them.
understand why you don't capitalize on it because you have so much content. But there's so many people that hate you and get off on watching how awful they think you are. There's so many people that hate you and get off on watching how awful they think you are.
Yes, I couldn't agree with Jeff even more. I get off on fucking watching Mikey do his tomfoolery, his garbage, yes, everything about Mikey. Yes, I'm interested in Mikey's nonsense. Yes, I am. I guess I am. Whatever that means.
But there's so many people that hate you and get off on watching how awful they think you are.
Right, but Jeff,
Like you're like a one-man content machine.
I know, but Jeff, if you notice, what I do is it doesn't bother me. Number one, number two, it shows their idiocracy. It shows how
what?
ridiculous
Say that again.
It shows how weak they are.
It shows a lot of things about all the parties involved, not just them or you.
It's funny. I mean,
and I have a locale of my own that I just realized that I have. So she's always having these little drama breakdowns over nothing. And I realized that I actually tune in to it doesn't feel like a real episode now if I don't get some Angela drama. And I realized that she's a locale. Like I am only tuning in to be entertained at how pitiful and pathetic this woman is.
He said that he has his own locale. I don't know who that Angela is. So yeah, there you go, Jeff. So you understand what's to be that you follow your own locale. So that he should understand what we're doing then. So basically, the same. We're doing the same thing you do then.
Okay, now I relate. I have a locale of my own. I know what it's like to tune in for it. I think I'm getting there. So you are that person for a lot of people.
Well, it's just funny.
Well,
it's
they're
funny.
My cash cow. Hopefully,
It's
they're my
funny
cash cow. Hopefully,
they don't own me, bro. I own them. And
here's another thing, though. I thought
that cracks me up. That statement. They don't own me. I own them. Yeah. Okay.
Talk about around the world.
Sure.
So now we're back
anywhere. Where would you, dude? I can flip like that. Where would you, in your? Oh yeah, it's funny, but it's nice to be able to get out of your element and just.
It really is.
Let me ask you this. But is there anything more soothing than hearing waves crash, like the waves come in and crash, and the sound of the ocean? I think is so therapeutic.
The desert.
No, listen, Mikey hasn't heard water squish or nothing because Mikey doesn't take a shower. Okay, he doesn't. He forgot what water sounds like.
Dude, I love the desert, like the stillness out there in the desert. It's just this peace. I can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, it's I don't even have to explain it. It's just like, it's like there's nothing going on. It's just like complete.
Maybe like your brain, you got nothing going on.
Nothing. It's like, it's almost like you feel like you're back in like the prehistoric times where there's
Not
no
laws. You or anyone else is welcome to come up and change the content or use a super chat. Right now, this is what I work with. What I got.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Bart.
I've been to places where there's a lot of sand and stuff like that, and there is a very stillness. I think the best way to say is a stillness. In other words, there's no There's no noise.
What the fuck is he talking?
Boys is with a lot of sand.
He's such a moron.
I almost fell over.
Oh my god.
Oh my
No guy
god.
going down the street pumping his radio. There's just like a peace that comes over you. It's also scary though, because you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. You know, like,
Oh,
man,
I
if something-
loved it. It was the best feeling. I couldn't get enough of it. I kept spending more and more time out in the desert just to feel it.
So you like that solace. You like the being away from.
All right, hang on. I'm in negotiations. All right, what happens if you don't? I just kick you? Because y'all don't seem to. All right. For whatever reason, you don't all those civilizing forces that are normal.
Now it works out for me because there's about 3 channels that I pick from the content from. It's basically the same video, but I love it because there's different
views,
points of views, man, and every video seems like it's new because they have their own twists and turns on it. So that's why I actually love what I'm doing right now.
And they all pick up something different than we miss.
Exactly. Yeah. So some people focus on this, some people focus on that, and we kind of what I'm seeing now that people are kind of inspiring each other, you know, and it's nice. It's nice to see that people are kind of working together. It's good stuff.
Criers and Liars and Proby are my 2
Start to
favorites.
break down in the.
Yeah. No, Cedar Citizen South, Criers and Liars, I think it's top of the line.
And Senior Citizen South, yeah.
Yeah, and then Proby's there, and obviously
Haven't seen much of Proby lately.
Mike's. I have a hard time saying Mike's Sharon's glory hole, so I just kind of cut it to glory hole. But I'm gonna stop saying that because people are making fun of the fact that I just say glory hole, or I kind of use it in the wrong way. The other day I rewind and I said, "Well, I had some glory hole," and AC caught up on there. Somebody just started laughing at me, so I gotta say it in a different way. I don't have a glory hole. Yeah,
presence of each other.
I'll try not to ask questions.
Yeah, and that's
Wagga Wagga, and
I do believe that the Aborigines are one of the first people to ever walk the earth.
Aboriginal culture was isolated it broke off 40,000 years ago, so it evolved very independently, but the Australian Aborigines weren't the first human.
That's an amazing culture to look at. What is it called? The didgeridoo? Is that what it's called?
The didgeridoo, the instrument?
Yeah.
The didgeridoo is a wind instrument played with vibrating lips to produce a continuous drone while using a special breathing technique called circular breathing.
The didgeridoo?
Didgeridoo
is that what it's called?
The didgeridoo, the instrument.
So why is he waving his hand over his head? It's something that you blow, not that you it's way over your fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Tyler Klein.
I think really what put Australia or Aboriginals on the map was Crocodile Dundee. He's a national treasure.
So Australia was.
By the way, listen, 2 things I want to say. I have a ticker going down there. That's for Cherokee Girl. If you wanted to find out more about Cherokee Girl, you got to go to Honeybees. She's a girl in need. She's in a wheelchair. Now, another thing I want to say is that Tyler Klein has been pursuing for the longest a guy named Glenn Serial. He's a disgusting individual that I think ever since I came on YouTube and started following the auditing community, I just can't believe. I just went to her channel the other day and I can't believe that she's still on it. She's doing a great job covering this guy. So go to Tyler Klein's channel, check it out. You can see what I'm talking about. Those that don't know about Glenn Serial. There's a whole thing with that guy. That guy is really fucking. He's almost the equivalent of Mike. Yeah, he's still around. Believe it or not, he did some time. He came back out, and I thought for some reason I thought he was gone, but he's still around. But
can you drop Tyler's link?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop her link, and she's all over him. So yeah.
Yeah, drop her link. I'd like to watch.
There's two really unique animals in Australia, and they're the monotremes. So Australia has the only 2 mammals in the world that lay eggs.
The platypus and the echidna.
And that's it. Wow.
What's the bird that laughs? It's a bird that laughs. Yeah,
but it's she says that he's over 0 in the suing department. So obviously he tries to sue these content creators and he gets nowhere. So yeah, he's a nut job of the biggest. I am telling you, this guy's off. I think you could tell he has not like Mike. He's quite like a little bit like Mike, but but in a different way. If that makes any sense. You gotta really, really go see what I'm talking about because it's hard to describe. Yeah.
You ever see that? You gotta check that bird out, man. It like laughs.
I've seen it and heard it all the time growing up. They're everywhere.
Hey, let's help Telecline out, guys. She needs 6 subs away from 6,000. We can do 6, so we can do 10 subs, people. I got the best chat in the world. Let's do that for Telecline, guys. Let's
Is
just
she
get
6
that
now?
6,000. Yeah,
What are you at now, Tella?
She's 6 away, so she's at 5 something.
Kristen
and
says she
94.
thinks she's at 6 now.
Oh, that's
How's
she?
look, Tella?
Okay. Oh, I hope she gets there. Hey, Kristen. What's going on, Kristen?
Oh. Hey, Sam.
Also,
I barely remember Crocodile Dundee.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Like, good day, mate. He was like out in the desert.
That's not a knife.
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife.
That's very well put. What's his name? Caparelli lives. All
Caparelli
channels are
live?
cool. Proby is news, serious house, pure comedy, but YouTube card is funny, informational. Absolutely, yes. I couldn't have put it any better. Yes.
Yep. Yay! Tella hit 6K. Let's all
got
give
it.
her a
Good.
You see when
huge round of
Gordon Ramsay
applause.
cooked an Austria?
Yes, I wish I had an applause machine, but I can do this. I can do that.
Tella.
Congratulations. Good stuff. Yes.
Big accomplishment.
Absolutely. 6,000.
Fish egg, and he had to use a
Congrats,
hammer
girl.
to break it. Apparently, it's got the thickest shell of any egg ever. I like cooking videos. I love watching cooking videos. It's therapeutic.
I got to work in India for a little bit, and
Did you like the food there in India?
yeah, it was good. I worked in Beijing for a year.
I don't necessarily like Indian food. I've tried it.
Love Indian food.
It just kind of hits me heavy and stuff.
It's
I think it's
spicy.
yeah. I think it is a spicy. And now we eat spicy food too, but they have like an extra. I think it's is it curry? Is it curry? It's called.
No, they have curry. They have so much. Indian food is so diverse.
It's like a browned pepperish type thing that I can't. I just my system won't just. Yeah, I just can't eat it. Yeah, I can't take it. It's good. You know what I mean? It's good. It just doesn't agree. It doesn't agree with me. That's all.
Yeah, you got to try different Indian foods though, and they will adjust the heat accordingly.
Yeah, somebody told me that. Somebody said
They will.
There's different types, so I gotta maybe explore.
Yeah,
more.
there's so much.
I would like to try it. Yeah.
It's like saying I don't like Chinese food. Well, you got to pick and choose what dishes.
You got to pick and choose. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I did not like the food there, even though I love Chinese food.
Oh, China doesn't have good Chinese food.
Not where I was, or not that I found, except Peking duck. We had like Peking duck like twice a week.
And the skin is so crispy. It's like chicharron, like when you make the roast pig, the
chicharron is Spanish for yeah. Mr. B says the stick with the tandoori chicken. Avoid anything that looks like canned dog food. Oh, Mr.
Tandoori
B,
chicken.
what are you talking about?
No, I usually eat the vegetable dishes. Like,
yeah.
I can't even think of the names right now.
No.
The skin is so crispy. But pecan duck that's a delicacy. It really is. They take the duck and they pump it with air. They make it like swell up.
Really?
And then they roast it.
Wait,
Yeah.
why?
What does
that do?
What? Yeah, they pump up ducks full of air and roast it? Wouldn't it bust with the heat?
No, I think Peking is a sauce they put on it, and a way it's roasted.
Well, pecan, it sounds like pecan, like, the pecans, and they make it maybe butterish, butter pecan. You ever hear of butter pecan? And I think that's what he's talking about. I'm not sure, but I don't know.
Peking.
I don't know. Combat says it's true. What is true? I don't. They are used by
I think he's thinking of.
Oh, they do. No,
duck
Combat says it's true.
liver is duck liver.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. Combat says they stick a bicycle pump to inflate the duck. But I wonder why they do that.
That's not
It brings
Peking
out the
duck.
flavor. What is it that they by
You're
sticking
talking
air?
about duck liver. Duck liver is a very cruel process.
Oh, to separate the skin. See, that's different techniques. See, different cultures do things different way. Now the chicharrón that Mikey just spoke of, yeah, that's the skin of a pig that
Love chicharrón.
well, once they roast the pig,
crispy.
yeah, they leave it.
Crackling.
Yeah,
We
they
call
leave
it
it extra
crackling.
time so the skin can get really crackly, and that's what
Yeah.
chicharrón comes from. Yeah,
We
it tastes
call it
really good. It's
crackling.
bad for you though. That's a
Oh,
heart stopper right there. Yeah, that's
It's
a lot of
crispy
grease.
fat. It's
Yeah,
just crispy
but
fat.
but
Right?
you got to eat it in you can't eat it a
Small
lot of
doses.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's
recommend
once
it.
in a while. Yeah.
If you have a bad heart or anything like that, I would just try it, but don't
it's
eat it
full
all
of cholesterol and fat. Like it's pure
It's
fat.
nothing but cholesterol. It's the skin. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chicharrón
Like
to
they
separate
pump
the
the skin
skin.
up.
It's to separate
Yeah.
the skin from the
A
fat.
yummy
And
treat.
then the fat will render. This restaurant we used to go to, you got this card with every Peking duck.
Yeah.
And
he has a receipt.
there's a number there in the middle, starts with 27. That's the number of the duck. There we go. So this was duck number 27.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
The above number is the code of roast duck. Oh, maybe it's this number, the 114418.
You think that's 100,000 ducks? Does it?
Oh yeah, easily. They're churning them out. Yeah.
Remember Tuna Helper?
I
Remember
heard.
Tuna
Oh
Yes, I
my
do. I heard all
God!
that.
He goes from it's a delicacy like duck, and you remember Tuna Helper? What the fuck was that? That was a quick turn. Hey, where'd Ladybug go? All right, she dropped. All right.
Good stuff.
Moose, run. Potato Joe Biden's behind you. Run. Potato Joe Biden.
Oh man, imagine that like sitting
Right,
over
you
your
go.
shoulder right
Yo,
now.
he'd be smelling
Hey,
your
you left
hair.
there.
I expect to be in one of these funny videos. 'cause,
Oh,
like,
you're
everybody else
roboty, sweetie. You really are.
Okay, let me drop down.
All right.
gets the funny videos. Mike over here, he gets like.
But I think I don't know if it's laughing with so much as at. I don't know if it's laughing with so much as at.
If I'm in one of these videos, I want you guys to laugh with me.
Tommy D, what's up? Moose, it's a unhealthy obsession. But hey, listen, people have their
All right.
things
Well, we
to
don't
do
have to
there.
dwell.
I'm saying it's okay. It's all
I
right.
know, but we all know.
Tommy
What's up,
rocking the
guys?
white jacket, looking all fly and shit. Get out of here, man.
Now, if somebody else does it, he's gonna call him gay. What he just did, just say, hey, you know what? You're a good-looking guy, whatever. Immediately, Mike goes into gay mode. Obviously.
Am I better, Angel?
Oh, you're perfect, sweetie.
Okay.
Perfect.
Tommy, isn't it great being Italian?
problem.
Isn't it the best thing in the world?
Take one for the team, right?
I love sharks, man.
Do you think there's a theory?
Now I got my mind on that fucking duck. Now I got to try that.
Well, I think they're talking about foie gras, and that's where they pump the duck liver full of there.
I think the only thing I haven't, as far as the in duck, I think I ate some in Puerto Rico one time, but it wasn't like Combat's talking about. But
duck is super greasy. But foie gras is actually banned in a lot of places now because it's a super inhumane treatment of the duck.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've never heard of those. What is it called? Foie gras.
Foie gras.
What?
It's a French dish. Foie gras.
What did they do to the duck?
They pump it while it's alive. Pump the liver full of
shit
and air, and while it's alive.
Yeah, but that's not what Combat's. I think Combat's talking about why they're
Making duck is just a way of roasting it.
Yeah, it's separating the skinny or something like that. Yeah.
Do you think when animals wash up on shore, fish wash like whales and dolphins, get a couple dolphins wash up on shore, which is very, very rare. Whales and sharks. Do you think it's some kind of weather events happening?
You're asking questions like the most open-ended fucking questions ever.
Don't know much about a science book.
You're asking questions like the most open-ended fucking questions ever. Like literally, dude. Could you be any more fucking?
Right after this video, it's almost done. Another maybe 10, 15 minutes. Miss Boo. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost over.
General than that.
What's your favorite color?
Yes.
Hold on. If the
Think
current
with your brain.
favorite movie?
I'm tired of this guy not thinking with his brain.
Yeah. What was the movie with Brad Pitt where it was the zombies? What was that movie?
You just have thoughts and then say them out loud before filtering them to see if anyone else will care.
Because there was a scene in that movie where the zombies were attacking people on a plane.
I never saw it. I didn't know that was about
It was crazy, right? It was crazy, right?
It was so real.
It was so authentic. I mean, it was 100% authentic. It really happened.
It was like as authentic as your mom's New York Italian cooking.
Do you know my mother?
Well, my mom has on.
No, I just figured she cooked Italian. Is that an insult to an idiot?
My mother's not here, so why would you talk about my mother? We're talking about
It is an insult to
Because
an
they don't
idiot.
like you, Mike. You're their
Yes,
local.
why talk my mother for? Where's your mother?
That's what I said. They
Calm
can't
down,
help
Mike. It's
themselves.
okay.
All right,
Where's
he
your
didn't know. Mike
Calm
didn't know.
down.
Let's not break
Where's
family.
Where's your son? Where's your son?
Where's your mother?
Where's your son?
My mom cooks Italian food. My mom.
Did I catch everybody? Are those the
I
two
think so.
so far? Okay.
The dick's in my mouth. You done that?
Okay.
What?
We take it down to Tim. All right, hang on. Breaking news: Mike Cerrone got kicked off of panel.
Breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
Yeah.
Let them
but
simmer for a little
maybe
while.
they just need a little time. I'll bring them back.
Part of it is I'm trying to analyze it and learn from it. Like, it fascinates me what causes that breakdown where they shift from the adult state to the child state.
I wanted to hear
But
about
see-
AGD from Mike.
Well, no, you
Can Mike
didn't.
come back and tell us about
You wanted to
AGD?
catch him in
Yeah.
some lies.
Who said no, you didn't?
This is all part of the lolcowling or whatever y'all call this hobby.
No.
More moments later.
That's because
Isn't it
when
movie
you
about
start pulling the
It's all right.
trigger, people start hiding.
But Wombat, I have to tell you one thing. And I'm going to be very
One
respectful.
thing? Just
Jeff, I'm
one
going to be
thing?
very, very
See,
respectful.
Wombat, you doing it now. Hang on.
I'm going to be very respectful.
I'm going to let him get his one thing out. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wombat's obsession is dangerous. It's not.
I didn't
good
know
for
you
the-
were. Hang on. I didn't know you were talking about one. I didn't know that was going to be your one thing.
Yeah.
That
So Wombat, your
drama's
obsession-
over.
Your
Or y'all
obsession
can
is
take it in Discord or something.
No, I don't go on Discord. I don't do that. But I think that you need to have, if you're going to come up on Jeff's panel, show him respect and don't be like this. That's all. Have a conversation.
Right, but you do it too. Like that's what I'm saying. You
I
all do
don't.
it.
Jeff, I back off all the time. I back off all the time. I always back off.
But
You know.
just like I don't want you being the topic. Like I don't want you being the show. I don't
That's
want
right.
Wombat being the whole topic.
But
either.
there's an
I want all
unhealthy-
of us to be participating in some larger
That's it.
conversation.
But I think that in some people in generality, some people have an unhealthy obsession with other people. I think it's
Yeah, but we know all that. Like we've covered all that. I just want to have a regular conversation.
So let me ask you this. I was on another channel earlier talking about this pro-Trump channel, which is also an African-American man. So they're African-American.
he said pro-Trump. I thought he said something else. I swear he said something else.
Are for Trump. But
Chaotic
I
Truth
was
live, right?
Oh yeah, I like CT. He's great.
Oh, I know one, but I saw you little sock accounts in there. It's okay. Game, Jesus. I saw your sock accounts. But anyway, what I think is going to happen is I think Trump
He's been combat for sucker accounts that he knows nothing about, obviously.
is going to take RFK Jr. I think he's going to take Tulsi. He's going to give them cabinet positions.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I agree.
Because he's so loyal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think Tulsi would be a good speaker.
Speaker of the House. I think she'd be the
Yeah, I
best
think she'd
speaker.
be a great speaker.
Is
Yeah.
she even a rep?
But
She's
she
still a rep?
yeah, she is. But Speaker of the House is the only thing in government that you have to be elected by your peers, not the voters. So but remember, Speaker of the House is third in line for the presidency. It's the only non-elected official that can actually be the president. Does that make sense?
No,
Yep,
there's
they
lots
can
of
keep swapping
non-elected
them out
officials.
like the Republicans
You
did
look
with
at
what's his face.
Oh, sorry. If you look at the whole presidential chain of succession, there's tons of them that are not elected. All the cabinet members.
All I said was third in line. That's the only thing I
No,
said.
you said it's the only one that's not elected.
The American
No,
voters.
there's a
don't
whole
vote.
bunch of them after that. All these
Yeah, there's a whole
secretaries,
bunch that are not elected.
Agriculture,
Secretary of State,
education,
Treasury,
all that
Defense,
stuff.
Attorney General.
Yeah.
I know,
I think
right?
the speaker might be the only elected one.
And technically, is the vice president even elected, or is that just part of the?
Yeah, it's a good question.
No. The vice president goes along with. Well, they vote for both.
President. You vote for the president. You're voting for he's running the vice president.
Well, that's why I ask questions about that part about politics and stuff like that. I know president, vice president, speaker, only to a certain extent. I know. I don't know how people are elected and stuff like that. But I do ask when I don't know.
But you don't vote for the Speaker of the House? Have you ever had a ballot where you voted for the Speaker of the House?
The House votes on the Speaker.
The House decides, not the voters. That's
but
what
the
I'm trying
voter
to say.
elect. That's part of what the voters are electing them to represent, to do, to like represent them as well. So it's part of representing the people that elected them as representatives.
Who do you think the best speaker in your lifetime? Who do you think the best Speaker of the House ever was in your lifetime?
What does that matter? What is the best Speaker of the House? Like, I know Newt Gingrich came up. I don't know if they even make a difference. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too much into politics.
Pay attention to them honestly. We had Pelosi, Tip O'Neill.
I think
Look at the
Newt Gingrich was the best speaker.
Oh yeah, him. I don't.
Yeah, Newt Gingrich was great. He was
Newt
in the 80s.
Gingrich was a pederast, I believe.
Didn't Newt have the birthmark, or was that Gorbachev? That was Gorbachev.
Gorbachev had the birthmark on his head.
I always get that mixed up.
Remember, it looked just like Russia. Funny.
You're the only
Look at
one
all the
laughing,
chirpers.
Mike.
Well, go ahead, gentlemen. I'll
Nothing's happening.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I really feel
no one
like
said
Trump-
anything.
Dude, Gingrich is so he is so shady, bro. How could you say you like this guy?
He was a great speaker of the House.
Was he shady? I don't know about his shadiness.
Yeah, he can't. I mean, there's like a huge article detailing like all kinds of this shit. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
They got bad press on a
I'll
lot
send
of
the
political
article.
people.
He's a good speaker of the House. That's why
No,
I think he represented this House as a good speaking guy. That's what I thought.
All right,
What did he do good as Speaker? What?
He's a good speaking guy. That says a lot. Yeah, he's a good speaker. Okay. All right.
Why is he good as a Speaker?
What did he do bad?
Yeah.
What did he do bad?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't remember the guy.
Who are we talking about?
I don't know anything
Newt
about it.
Gingrich. Newt Gingrich was
He
around
did
in,
the
like, 80s.
what was his thing? The contract with America.
Yeah, wasn't it I thought he helped with the Berlin Wall coming down.
Jeff
Or no,
Kennedy.
that was Gorbachev. That was Gorbachev. Never mind. I keep them two mixed up. I really do. It was Gorbachev that helped the wall come down. I get them
Yeah,
mixed
I know.
up. I don't know a lot about Newt. I know they
So
made
was
fun
it-
of him on Naked Gun.
Definitely.
Welcome
What if
back.
Newt's been to Haiti? Do you think Newt ever went to Haiti?
You are instigating.
know.
Coming up, boo.
I don't know, but why do you keep touching your face? I mean, is the coke not hitting hard enough? What's going on?
Oh, would you prefer I pick my nose or pick?
The dick's in my mouth? You done that?
Okay. Hey, look, we take it down a temperature. All right, now hang on. Breaking news: Mike Cerrone got kicked off of panel.
Breaking news. Mike Cerrone got kicked off panel.
No, what do you mean?
I'm
The
tired of
toilet-
this circular drama. I want anything but this childishness.
Oh, no doubt. No, but the chat. was
I'm
saying
starting to get
Berlin
black
Wall.
pilled watching these grown
Oh
adults.
my
act
God! Like
like-
what? I think I got the two mixed up, salty. That's all.
Lanza,
Crazy.
you have anything? Mike's handler.
I don't know. Only words I got right now is like start a garden.
Oh, I know.
Is that what you do? You do garden work, Lanza? Like landscape stuff? Landscaping?
I do a lot of things, man. Yeah, that's one of them.
That's cool. I was just curious.
Do you sit around in parking lots often?
Okay, what up, guys? I have. She's gonna come up and what's going on, Miss Boo? What's going on, Miss Boo? Hola, ¿cómo está? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah,
too.
this will almost be. I'm almost done, sweetie. So
It's
yeah,
okay. Don't rush. Don't rush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna play a song on the way out, and then we can have our little
Yeah.
chat. All right. Okay.
Or
What is with you today?
I'm just having a cigarette before I get in my car. I
no,
don't smoke in my
he
car.
asked me a question. I just thought it would be a funny question to ask back.
Oh, okay.
Because it's clearly sitting in a parking lot, so it's not like I'm wrong.
No, it's the Wawa parking lot.
Like visually correct.
No, I don't want to smoke in my car. Make it smell like cigarettes. You never get the smell out. You know? No, what happened was they were, all right, so they were delivering secret components so that they could build the atomic bomb, and they were coming back. And they got spotted.
Did they not get them in time? Did they mean to get them before they delivered?
I don't know if they meant to get them or what. I know that if they had hit them before, it would have been a lot harder to get. I think it was Little Man. The components were for Little Man.
All right. Let me see. Yeah. I want to see the good ending.
Now
Well done. Well done. Excellent stuff. YouTube cries a lot, folks. Y'all already know. I'll drop the link for time. That was good stuff. Oh my god, that was good. All right, let me drop the YouTube link. That was the last one I played. Shout out to Senior Citizen Sal, like always. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate the stuff. Great content. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Where's that link at? All right. I drop this. I'm gonna play one. Hey, listen. Like I said earlier, there's a girl in need. Now, this is genuine thing. You can double check it yourself and anything. I told Honeybees that I would do this because I do know who I could do. Well, I've seen her around. I don't know her personally, but I know she's in need of help, some help. When I hear people going out without eating and being disabled at the same time, obviously there's a need there. So if you can find it in your heart, you don't have to just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do your due diligence. Make sure that it's all legit. But I can promise you that it's all legit for my side anyway. But thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, Ladybug. Like always, thank you for hanging on with me. I appreciate your presence here, as always.
Thanks, Angel.
I appreciate you, Sudi. Thank you. And I traditionally play this music on the way in on Fridays, but today I'm gonna play on the way out. So this is what I call the Mr. B Party Train theme. So let me try to find it in this mess of mine that I have back here. But it's here. Let me get it. Let me. I should have just. I should have just. Fuck. Where's it at? Somewhere. Somewhere. Give me a second, please. Give me a second. Okay, here it is. I got it. I got it. All right, thanks everybody. Young came in all late. She coming in all late. Abe, hey Tommy, thanks a lot. I appreciate you, brother. Flaky Jake, Mr. B, Tyler, everybody. Thank you for coming by. And like I said, and thanks Ladybug for hanging on with me. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be good to each other for once, huh? Let's be nice to each other for once. Yeah. By the way, no harming of any ducks. Were no harming of any.
Sorry.
Thank you, Flaky J, for pointing that out because I don't want to get hit by anything.
I'm too fucking high for this. Sorry.
All right, guys. Love, peace, and love you for life. Hey, have a safe Labor Day week and enjoy. Let's see how the weather holds out. If not, I'll probably do an early live stream on Sunday. Let's see what happens, guys. All right, peace out. Bye-bye.
Night.